What's up, everybody? Welcome to Progressive Talk Live Prog Talk. Greatest show on the goddamn earth. This is where you want to fucking be. As always, got a packed ass show for you tonight. How do I keep doing it? It's fucking amazing. Hope everybody's doing good out there tonight. What you been up to this week? This week I've been rediscovering my love for virtual reality. I put my virtual reality headset away for like a year because there wasn't shit out there that I really cared about. Broke it out. And man, there's some really cool ass games out there now for virtual reality, so I've been playing with that. I've been playing that new Half-Life game that's available only in virtual reality, and they got a new Walking Dead game. It's all bad as shit, man. Like you have a backpack, you reach on your back and you pull it out, and you put your items in there, and you like put your gun down by your hip, and it just knows, and it's cool as shit. Anyway, hope all of you are good out there tonight. Gonna cover lots of shit tonight. Chris Evans, dick pic. He accidentally posted a dick pic. We'll talk about that a little bit. Conor McGregor got arrested. Petulant child. Fucking rich ass Conor McGregor. J.K. Rowling. New TERF book. No one's shocked about that. And Destiny fired. Not the video game. The streamer. Gonna talk about that. So first off, let me check the chat. See what you guys are fucking saying in the chat. Boom. There we go. Resident Evil. I haven't played the Resident Evil yet. Working my way through all the games. Dusty, that's me. Hello, David Brown. How you doing? Rock on, brother. I will. You know me. Let's go. Yeah, we gotta go. Live from Mississippi. Yep, it's Dusty Smith. Baddest motherfucker in Mississippi. Caught I see my mother threw a temper tantrum this morning because I said Trump has done nothing deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize. It was pathetic and depressing. Yeah, my mama was trying to convince me the other day that, both sides are good people. Just because she made me a good, decent meal. Psh, so disappointed in my mama being a Trump supporter, even though she's a great woman. Love my mama, best woman ever. Dumbest shit about politics. Hey, Mom! Hope you're not watching, because that would be bad. Anyway, as always, you guys want to support the show, please consider supporting me on patreon.com/podcast. Link in the description of the video. We're down to $1,409. We lost a little bit. What you gonna fucking do? So, $1 a month, what you can afford? Please consider supporting the show. Means a lot. I should be doing way better than I'm doing, but, you know, life sucks, then you die. What you gonna do? Can't complain about it too much. And then, Super Chats, which is the lifeblood of the show. No questions are dodged. Every question's answered. I read all the fucking questions on the Super Chat. So, immortalize yourself forever and ever and ever. Amen. Super Chats. We got a couple of them. Raid Shadow Legend Verified became a new member of the Dust Buddies. Hell yeah, you can become a member of the Dust Buddies. Little membership button down there. There's two of them, one $2.99, one $9.99. Don't choose the $9.99 unless you want to really support me. That's cool, but there's no difference. We added a few new emojicons. We added the fuck the Trump emojicon, and eat the rich. A couple of you guys suggested those, so we added those. So spam the chats. All good. And Raid Shadow 11 says, fan for 10 plus years. I'm old. Collabs with Bo and Vosh, etc. Well, Vosh has been on the show before. I don't know. If he wants to come on the show again, or hire me on the show, I'll go on. Like, I don't care, but... And Bo, I don't think Bo wants to come on my show, to be honest with you. He can come on if he wants to. I like Bo. I think he does good work. He like the serious version of me. Like, if I was, like, serious and respectable, I would be Bo. But I'm not! I'm a fucking clown show, so haha. What you gonna do? Rich Ladder, $5. Do you think citywide curfews are lawful? Nope, I sure don't. I think that is a violation of the First Amendment right to protest. I don't think the government can tell you, hey, you're not allowed to protest because it's dark out. Fuck that bullshit. So let's say $4.99 Dusty. With much love and respect, here's a few bucks for all the cats. I appreciate it. As always, we have 10 cats in this room right now, which is why this is the greatest goddamn show. So when you see the camera bouncing up and down, that's because cats are walking all over the place. I need some kind of a jig that stabilizes my camera, but what you gonna do? It's part of the excitement of the show. And Dusty. Already read that. Yeah. How about little CC? Little CC to start the show. This is what we do with a lot of the money you guys give us. Don't scratch my face, CC. All right. Cool. She's like, nope the fuck after that, Mr. Dusty, if that is your real name. So anyway, yo, nothing. $4.99. Thoughts on Tim Tom Ronnie McNutt suicide video? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Tim Tom Ronnie McNutt. That sounds like shit you're making up. I hope this is not porn. U.S. man has been shared thousands. I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. I'm not really big on, you must have meant TikTok. TikTok, not Tim Tom, whatever the fuck you said. TikTok, all right. Okay. I will look at that later. Let you know what I think about that. All right, more super chats, please, if you're able. I'm running a little bit late, so I don't know how my fuck my hair is tonight, but it'll be fun. So let's go ahead and start out the show with everybody's, I won't say least favorite segment, but it's probably the Trump segment. It's even more hated than the bad cop section. But we got to get through this tonight, and we have some bad cops tonight. So bad cops, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they beat the shit out of you? Bad cops, they're bad folks, and they're out there. And starting right off, folks, they ain't listening. They know they're being recorded, and they don't give a fuck. So here's what happened, basically. So this family took their rental car back to the rental car agency, and they paid somebody. I heard it was like an Uber or Lyft, but I don't think that's what it was. I think they just paid somebody. But it doesn't really matter. They basically paid somebody to give them a lift back home. And on the way, the guy got pulled over by the cops because he had a turn signal out, or something. A backlight was out. And so the cops rush up to this car, and they start asking, papers, please, because of course they would, as this is like Nazi Germany, right? And to the guy in the back, and the guy in the back was like, why you asking for my ID? I didn't do nothing. I'm a fucking passenger of this car. Why you harassing me? And I guess probably the reason he didn't want to give him his ID, and this has no bearing on what they did to him. They didn't know this, but I guess he had a warrant in another town or something, and it's probably why he didn't want to give him his ID, but also he probably didn't want to be harassed by them. But they didn't know he had a warrant or anything, because they didn't check his ID yet. So they proceed to pull him out of the car and beat the ever-loving shit out of him in front of his crying children. I'm going to try not to cry right at the front of the show, because this shit really makes me sad and upsets me, but we got two different camera angles, so we're going to watch this one first. This is America, yo. So his kids are watching, screaming.
Get the fuck up off him!
Holding him down, choking him. And look, this guy's steadily trying to punch him in the nuts. Look, the cop trying to punch him in the balls over and over again.
Hey, you cocksucking pig, get the fuck up off him!
While the other guy's got him in a front chokehold, and then this guy's pressing down his throat and also cutting it off his oxygen supply. So you're wondering why all these black people keep suffocating?
Yeah, I got him,
They're literally trying to kill this guy right in front of his children. Screaming children.
Damn hand.
So there's the one camera angle. Let me go ahead and show you the other camera angle real quick. So make sure you're real good and pissed off, because the lady in front is also videoing this, which is what you should do all the time. Videotape these motherfuckers constantly, whenever you can. So here they are. He's covering the guy's mouth up, keeping him from breathing while the other guy's choking him. And of course, the black guy no doubt thinks that they're going to kill him, because they're trying to kill him, and this happens over and over again. So yeah, he's scared for his life. He's struggling because he's afraid to fucking die. Yep, here he is, covered up his nose and covered his mouth, because they're big men. I can't breathe. He's screaming, I can't breathe. Yeah, because they're choking you. Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't care. Look, yeah, punch him. How is that not assault? Why are cops allowed to punch you? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Get a handcuff on this hand over here.
Look, his leg's shaking now as he's about to pass out from lack of oxygen. Now he's out. Now he's unconscious. They beat him into submission, bloody, to a pulp. While his kids are in the car screaming, watching their daddy be, as far as they know, killed. So just the tip of the day in America, folks. So they fired one of the cops, the cop that punched him in the face repeatedly and tried to punch him in the balls, I guess. But that's not enough. He should be in prison right now for attempted murder. Fuck everything about these goddamn pigs. Yeah, I'll call them fucking pigs. You're a goddamn pig. So tired of this. They just don't give a fuck. They just don't care. They know they're being recorded, and it does not matter to them. Even when they get fired, it doesn't matter. And so here's another example. So basically, this kid walked up to this cop and said that his Blue Lives Matter mask he's wearing is disrespectful. Because it's basically taking the focus away from the black lives that his ilk are helping to murder and terrorize. And so, of course, he arrests the kid for talking to him. Because you can't talk to the God man. Now, they put out a statement later that I don't believe because cops are fucking liars. Their words should be inadmissible in court by default. Claiming the kid was blocking a store entrance and he was asked to move several times and that's why he got arrested. But I don't believe that worth a shit. He obviously got arrested because he dared talk to the God man who doesn't even know how to fucking wear his mask right. So let's take a look at this bad cop abusing his power.
Get on your back now!
Okay, okay.
Now!
Okay, it's on. It's behind my back, sir. I've not done anything.
Yeah.
I've not done anything. She has you on camera right here.
I don't care!
Doesn't
You
care.
didn't listen! I told you to go away!
I didn't do it.
You didn't want to listen!
You told me to go away for what
You
reason?
don't have to go away, okay? We have a First Amendment right to talk to you, to say whatever the fuck we want to you. You don't have the right to arrest people for saying shit you don't like, motherfucker.
I had to sit here and have
Did I commit a crime?
Did I tell you to give me your ID?
Ma'am, I'm on camera. Did I commit a crime?
Stand there.
ID for what reason?
Do me a favor.
ID for what reason, sir?
Get my camera, please.
Please get the camera. She has all this on camera. All I said was that it was disrespectful to have that
And then I
certain
told you
mask
to
on.
walk away, didn't I?
Yes, but I
doesn't
committed,
have to.
Your ID.
I committed no crime.
If I tell you to
If
walk
I committed
away,
a crime, I would love to.
If you tell him to walk away, he don't have to fucking walk away. You're not God. You're a human being, and anybody in the fucking world has the right to say whatever the fuck they want to you, motherfucker. It's just so aggravating. They think they're above the goddamn law. They think they're gods, man.
to give you my identification, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Is he under arrest?
if I tell you to give me
did
your
I do?
ID, you give it to me.
I
Is
give it to you
he-
for no reason.
Is he under arrest, sir?
Am I under arrest? Sir, am I under arrest? Sir, am I under arrest? For what reason?
Why is he under arrest?
Dude, can you please tell me?
kid since he was 3 years
I
I don't
tell me.
care.
Okay?
Can you please tell me what I'm under
No,
arrest
would
for?
you sit down?
Okay.
Get down on the ground.
Can you please tell me what I'm under arrest for, sir?
Failure to disperse.
Failure to disperse is a law that says if 3 or more people are congregated somewhere where they look like they're about to do property damage and they don't disperse, you can arrest them. So he don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's making up shit. You're being arrested because you talked to a cop and he don't like it.
Disperse for what reason?
Failure to disperse. This is
Sir,
Officer
let me walk.
Abel.
I have no problems.
I
I do
don't
nothing
have a
wrong. I
badge
came to the
number,
farmer's
but
market.
I'll
3806. Abel, please walk away.
3806.
Give me
No,
space.
please keep recording.
No,
Please
fuck
keep
you.
recording.
Sure.
Walk back.
got it.
Eat a
You know,
dick.
his sister, his
I don't
father,
care.
he's
Sir, I
a
don't
member of his community.
Doughy
He works
fuck.
at the JCC.
You obviously
Sir, I
are this
can't-
insecure doughy fuck that cannot stand the fact that somebody dare talk to you.
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah, fuck you. Can you understand that? No, he can't hear me, but
Okay.
Okay?
Even if I was wrong about your mask being disrespectful, that's not a crime.
349 Alpha 2.
Sir, I did nothing wrong. Please
Daniel.
tell me what.
it doesn't matter if you commit a crime or not. They'll just make up shit. That's what they fucking do. Fun fact! This officer pistol whipped and shot an innocent bystander in the South Side while off duty and got busted for drunk driving that same night. 12 years later, he's still a cop. Yep, it's always how it works, folks. They don't give a shit. They get slapped in the wrist. They know they can get away with it. Officer Paul Abel shot an innocent man while off duty, drives drunk with no consequences, lied to get a relative arrested, was nicknamed Pitbull for knocking the fuck out of people. You want to know why they're protesting? We have to defund this shit, folks. We got to take their power away from them. Getting insane. And so this reporter got arrested for no reason. Apparently there was a shooting of a couple cops, and I believe it was in Los Angeles. And she was there covering it, and so she hears commotion while she was sitting in her car, and it was these other protesters, and I guess they were heckling the cops. And so she got out of her car. She was a reporter that works for NPR. She had her press badge around her neck. And she was recording them. All this is on video. I'm just going to show you the arrest, but I've seen the video. She basically is zooming in on them. She's far away from them. And they tell her, get back! So she starts stepping back. They rush her. They throw her to the ground. They arrest her anyway. And they lie about what happens. Here's the footage of it. Them grabbing her. And big man throwing her to the ground. And she's screaming because they're hurting her. She's telling them right now she's a reporter and where she works. But they don't care, folks. In this country now, the cops are just arresting journalists. They know they're journalists. They know they're not allowed to do that, but they don't give a fuck. No more of the First Amendment, folks. That shit's gone. It's out the window now. The same people that swore they needed guns to stand up against the government are now licking their fucking assholes and cheering them on as they do this shit. And the cops came out and they just lie. Even though we have video evidence, the whole thing was recorded. LASD, this is from the LA County Sheriff's Century Sheriff Station Watch Commander reports the following. After deputies issued a dispersal order for an unlawful assembly of a group of protesters blocking the hospital emergency entrance. They weren't doing that. That's a lie, too. A male adult protester refused to comply and cooperate. During his arrest, a struggle ensued, which time a female adult ran towards the deputies. That's not true. She walked slowly and she had it zoomed in. She was recording. She's a part of the press. Ignore repeated commands to stay back. That's another lie. It's on video. As they struggled with the male, interfered with their arrest. She did not interfere. They just lie. The female adult, who was later identified as a member of the press, did not identify herself. She had the badge around her neck, and she clearly identified herself repeatedly. And later admitted she didn't have proper press credentials on her person. Proper press credentials called the Constitution. You don't need fucking proper press credentials, even though she had it. Both individuals have been arrested. So, yeah, they just made it up. They lied. Here's the Washington Post. LA deputies tackled and arrest a reporter. Her videos contradict their claims about the incident. We saw on video for ourselves that they're fucking lying, and they don't give a shit. And they even outright asked them, asked by the Post to clarify those claims in light of Huang's video showing her clearly identifying herself as a reporter. A department spokesperson declined to comment, citing an ongoing investigation. Yeah, we lied. And yeah, you asked us why we lied, but no comment on why we lied. Yeah, we know why you lied, motherfuckers, because that's what you do. You're liars. You're a gang. A thug organization that feeds off the people and lies when you get caught. Even when it's on fucking video, you don't give a shit. Cops' word should be inadmissible in court by default. Fuck these motherfuckers. And of course, here's the bootlickers like Annie No-Go retweeting shit like this. She was obstructing law enforcement. The First Amendment is not a magic get out of jail free card. She absolutely was not obstructing law enforcement in any way. She was nowhere fucking near them. She was just recording. Just liars. They don't give a fuck. And here's another example, folks. They get caught dead on video lying, and they'll just fucking lie again. And they'll stick to it. And this is how every cop should be treated in this country from now on, in my opinion. No fucking respect. Talk to them just like this motherfucker talked to them, in my opinion. And then record whatever fucking happens. Let's shame all these fucks.
Why you're not wearing a face mask?
What's that?
Can you tell me why you're not wearing a face mask?
Yeah, I just threw it off so you can breathe at the time, yeah.
Okay, you gonna put it back on?
Yes, I will.
When are you gonna put it back on?
Excuse me?
When are you gonna put it back
Once
on?
I'm done doing my police work on my phone.
And look at this dork. That's not how you wear a fucking mask. They don't even do it right. They know they're not wearing it right. They don't give a fuck. They just have it on like that just to kind of show up. I have to wear it because they make me, but I ain't going to do it right.
Is there a reason you weren't wearing your face mask earlier?
I always have a face mask.
I have have you on video earlier. You were not wearing it. Is there a reason you were not wearing it?
We recorded because I'm serious. I always have my face mask on.
Okay, you're telling me you always have your face mask on? I have you on video not wearing it. Why are you lying to me? See, because what people say is the NYPD lies constantly. You're standing here lying to my face. You know that I have you on video not wearing a face mask, and you're still lying to me. Why are you doing that?
I have traffic. 1 transit operator.
Why should anyone ever trust what the NYPD says if you will stand here and lie to my face? On video. You know it's on video. Are you lying for the fun of it? Are you just a compulsive liar who is incapable of telling the truth?
I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Every one of these doughy fucks should be treated like this. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Tired of this fucking shit. They might beat you up, folks, but at least you can sue them. Let's bankrupt these fucks. Look how bad they are, folks. They just don't give a shit. The cops are more likely to be criminals than any fucking body else. So, this happened in Orange County. This cop, Deputy Steve Hortz, was called to a home where a man died. Checked on him, figured out he died, and then he came back 3 different times to steal from the dead man's house. Caught on video. Look at these pieces of fucking shit. Here we go. Literally came back and stole the man's safe. And that wasn't enough. Came back multiple times to steal shit. The cops are the fucking criminals in this country, folks. Look at him. Yeah, let's just steal this shit. Why not? That dead guy don't need him. I'm a cop. Look, here he's taking the safe. Look at him. Came and took the fucking guy's safe, man. So, yeah, he was arrested and fired. Thank goodness. I'm surprised they even did anything to him. Surprised they didn't give him an award for robbing the people. But that's why so many criminals become cops, folks. Because it's so easy to get away with crimes when you're cops, right? It's the same reason pedophiles become priests. And shit like that. Because they have easier access to commit their crimes. Same reason that spiders build their spider webs in front of the porch light. Because that's where the bugs are. And folks, I covered this story when it came out about how the LA Police Department is, they have gangs where you have to shoot people in order to get tatted up and inducted into their fucking gangs. And here's a great example of these sick, this is scary, folks. So they basically surround a press conference of lawyers and journalists with their little barrier. And they have these guys.
These are attorneys. These are lawyers.
Why are you pushing that?
Look how giant these guys are. But this guy in particular, this is like some Jason Voorhees psychopath that you wouldn't expect to find cutting up bodies in a goddamn basement. And that's who the cops are now. Look how violent he wants to be. He wants to murder this guy. He knows he's being filmed, and he still can't help himself. And all the guy's doing is talking to him and recording him.
We're trying to move our barricade. Why don't you move it that way?
So people can get to their vehicles and leave.
We have a reason. Why don't you move it that way? We will explain. Are you going to attack me? Are you going to attack me?
Hey,
look at him.
Hey. No.
Look at this big fucking thug. Can you imagine how many people he's abused in his life? Both on and off duty. This giant motherfucker used to intimidating people, used to using his size to bully. Fuck all this shit, motherfucker. God damn it.
What are you doing pointing it out right at me? You're going to shoot me in the chest?
You're pointing weapons at lawyers.
He doesn't need to be throwing down on people. Doesn't give a shit.
This is insanity. They're kettling press.
Done anything.
They're kettling press and lawyers.
All you guys are doing is proving.
All you're doing is proving the point.
Yep. They want to prove it, though. They want you to hate them. So, what happened with those when that guy, it looked like a little kid, I don't know who it was, but went up and shot those 2 cops. That's exactly what they want. You're playing right into their hands when you do shit like that. They want you to hate them so that people become violent, which gives them an excuse to hurt you, to torture you, to abuse their power. They get off on it. Don't give them what they want, folks. These fucking thugs. And they're the biggest titty babies on earth. They're such snowflakes. Here's the Boston Police Patrol complaining about this shit. Imagine being a big tough police and complaining about little petty shit like this. Sadly, one of our officers had a bad experience at Ace Hardware store in Austin today. While in the store, an employee stated, "I smell bacon." Who gives a shit? Fuck off, pig. When the officer asked for an apology, he was told there'd be none. Yeah, here's my middle finger. Suck a dick. In response, items purchased were returned and a customer lost. Who gives a shit? Update, good news. Representatives from Ace Hardware have reached out and spoken to the officer involved in the earlier incident. During the conversation, an apology was offered and graciously accepted by the officer, with both parties agreeing that mutual respect benefits all. God damn it, you whiny fucks. Literally, you don't have anything better to complain about than a cop getting called a fucking pig? Get used to it, motherfuckers. This is your reality forever, ever, ever. Until you guys beg to be defunded and rebuilt from the ground up. Enjoy your new reality. And, folks, we have to, not we, but protesters out there have to start picking better martyrs, in my opinion. Like, sometimes when police shoot black people, in my opinion, like, sometimes it's, I don't want to say it's justified, because the entire system that's set up that doesn't help these people, like, we're about to get in this case where there was a protest because the police shot this, supposedly this man who had autism. But when you watch the video, the officer was clearly in danger for his life. The guy was chasing him down with a knife, clearly going to kill him. And obviously, the system should interject to begin with to help these mentally ill people and to help fix the situations that caused them to behave like this to begin with. But when you zoom in on it and the way the system actually is right now, I mean, in this case, it does seem like the officer was in fear of his life and he did kill the guy justifiably, I guess. And they kind of had a big protest over it. And sometimes you have to pick your battles, because when you pick these types of cases where it looks like the officer was justified to protest and like they stomped on a cop's car and busted his window out and everything, it harms the entire Black Lives Matter movement. It gives the other side ammo to say, see, this is the kind of thing you're protesting. You're protesting when it's justified. You guys are full of shit. It makes you look bad. So we're going to look at this. Warning, I'm probably going to show you this video. So the guy gets shot in the video. So if you don't want to see it, don't look. But, so there was protest. Here's a little bit of the protest. And in my opinion, this makes you look bad. You got to pick your battles a lot more selectively than this, in my opinion. And they interviewed a lot of people about this, and they're mostly stupid. They didn't know what the fuck happened. They just immediately claimed that the police shot the guy for no valid reason. But here's the video, folks. Like I said, it's disturbing. But so this guy was arrested previously for stabbing 4 other people, and his court date was the very next day after he was killed. So it looks like he might have decided to commit suicide by cop. So he busts out of this door with a knife and starts chasing the cop down with his knife, and the cop runs from him, and then shoots him in self-defense. The cop's running from him, he's got a knife, and the cop turns around and shoots him. You can see in the stills, he very clearly has a knife in his hand. He's chasing the guy down, and he's trying to stab the cop. The cop runs, and obviously scared for his life. And this guy committed suicide by cops. So you got to pick your battles. Like, what makes me mad is when you martyr people like this, and you protest about this, like, kind of, in my opinion, like, I won't say unjustly, because I know why you're doing it, but I don't know. It gives people like Ian Miles Chong good arguments. And you should never give that motherfucker valid arguments to say, see, this is the kind of stuff that you're protesting. This invalid bullshit. Never do that. Got to pick our battles better than this. But still disturbing. Obviously, the system should have interjected way before this. The whole system is what's causing a lot of this. These desperate people who don't have the mental health care they need, and also they've been oppressed in our society for so many generations. They don't have the same opportunities, which not only causes more mental illness, but it causes desperation, poverty, and the things that make you act out in these ways. So we really have to tackle these problems before they get to this level where a guy's in the street chasing a cop with a knife. So, and that brings us to the next topic, another shooting where it looks like a kid, I don't know who did it, but walks up to this cop car and shoots 2 police officers. Warning, it's disturbing if you haven't seen this already. But this is kind of why the cops need to take the bad cops really seriously. Because it's causing, I don't know if this guy's mentally ill or what, but it's causing people to think, oh, well, I can just walk up and kill any cop for what those bad cops did. And obviously, I disavow this in the strongest possible way. Not only is it evil to shoot anybody, even cops, right? But this doesn't help your side whatsoever. All this does is hurt Black Lives Matter. All it does is make people think that your protests are invalid. All it does is make the white racist feel justified in their racism. It makes the cops feel justified in their violence against you. So, like I said, I don't know if this is a kid. It looks like a little kid to me. Walks up and shoots him and then runs away. So, really scary shit, folks. Disavow, disavow, disavow in the strongest possible terms. Fuck everything about this. Don't do this. I understand the frustration, but hell no to this. And that's my bad cop section. What you guys think about that? If you came out firing bullets, then you shoot. I mean, if it's in self-defense, even against cops, like, I can sort of understand a self-defense, like if you're really in fear of your life, but just shit like that, that's just cold-blooded attempted murder. He didn't kill nobody. In 2020, shouldn't police have better, less than lethal weapons to be able to deal with people? Yeah, they should. You would think. But they don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. Defund the police. Absolutely defund the police. Dave Chappelle said we didn't pick George Floyd. Police did. That's true. People like Ian Miles Chong keep claiming that, no, he died of fentanyl poisoning. He just happened to die of a drug overdose when a cop was kneeling on his neck. Well, that's the most coincidental thing I've ever heard of. That seems really impossible, doesn't it, sort of? Horrible human beings. Yes, horrible human beings. That's kind of scary. All this shit's scary. You misspelled cult. Yep. YouTube deleted my cops are gang comment. Not surprised. YouTube cracking down on all that shit. Holy shit. No, holy shit. I just feel like that's exactly what I thought. Holy shit. I just feel like I'm watching The Wire. What's the guy's name? Anton? Is that what his name is? He got the scar on his face. He would rob other drug dealers, and everybody was really scared of him, and no one would fuck with him. Spoiler alert, this in The Wire, and he's in a convenience store, like at the very end of one of the seasons, and he actually gets killed by a little kid who just walks up to him behind him and just shoots him in the back of the head to get clout, taken down by a little kid, the baddest man on the streets. So exactly what I was thinking. Great minds think alike. Police are 16 times more likely to shoot mentally ill people. Yep, I know that's the truth. All right, let's check the super chats. Let's see what the super chats have to say. What you guys got to say in the super chatty chats? Help me out, super chat me if you can. The new ZZ Top of Spurs song intro is so rad. Yep, That's Spanky Weasels. I'm going to do a mixture of songs. I didn't have time to clip up my original. It's not too late. It's not too late. I'm going to use that one too. And somebody else wrote me a theme song too. They're still working on it. They sent me like a little sample of it. And it's pretty cool. I won't play that. I'm going to like rotate them in and out. So look forward to hearing that. Django Fett, your hair looks terrific. I appreciate it. I cut it a little bit before I was on the show. Cut my own hair. That's what you got to do. It's not that hard. Yeah. Yo, Nathan. It was a horrible video of a man killing himself on Facebook Live last week. Ronnie McNutt, surprised you haven't heard. Yep. I am much less omniscient than most people believe. But I'm usually in the loop about most stuff. Kenneth Coben, $5. Have you seen the news about life on Venus? I did see that. Apparently they found some kind of molecule or something in the clouds of Venus. And these scientists think they could only have been put there if there's some kind of life on Venus. Like, I'm not smart enough to know what the fuck they're talking about. And other scientists says maybe there's some other explanation they wouldn't know about that's not life, but they're like all excited. So they're going to start studying Venus more to see if there's actually life on Venus. So that's interesting. Undead Magus, $10. Thank you, Undead Magus. Appreciate that. Very generous. Breaking Bad, 094999. I hear you, Dusty, but the point is that it doesn't matter who they shoot. Right-wingers would justify it. It shouldn't be on us to pick examples they find acceptable. But you still should pick your battles better, right? Why give them easy ammo when you can just, like, not, in my opinion. But appreciate that. And Space Goes, our regions going to come back. More super chats, please, if you're able. Really appreciate it. Now it's time for the Chud Watch. Where the fuck is it? Where's my Chud Watch? There he is. Chud Watch. It's time for a Chud Watch. We talk about chuds and make fun of them. Yeah, Chud Watch. Here we go. Got lots of Chud Watch and holy shit. The right is so cringe, folks. When they try to do comedy, it's all just about trying to offend people. It's just, oh my God, are you triggered? They're just 12 years old. Here's Crowder. Not even wearing a spit mask, basically. Spit hood. To mock the black guy who was murdered by the police. Remember this guy? Daniel Prude. Who was on, I guess he was on PCP and he was having a mental episode and the police put a spit hood on him, pushed him to the ground, knelt on him. He screamed that he couldn't breathe and he suffocated to death. Well, this is the kind of stuff YouTube is allowing on their platform. You know, no matter how many times YouTube says, oh, Black Lives Matters, we support Black Lives. They literally allow their platform to be used to mock the deaths of black people. And not only that, they give them special treatment. Crowder gets incredible special treatment compared to people like me. My videos get removed with no recourse, no way to even ask anybody about it, but they protect people like this. So just keep in mind that YouTube is full of fucking shit. All they care about is money. They don't give a fuck about black lives. This is so cringy, dude. Are you triggered? Just so immature. It's always 2016. They're never going to fucking grow up. And speaking of people that's never going to grow up, here is Joe Rogan's best friend, accused sexual assaulter and rapist Brian Callen, who already did comedy shows in Texas and caught COVID-19 and helped spread it, is now having another comedy show. Because he don't give a fuck, folks. They just don't give a shit. They're the worst scumbags on the fucking planet. They don't give a shit who dies. They don't give a shit who hurts. All they give a shit about is fucking money and their image. And this is the kind of shit that Joe Rogan is supporting. Fuck you, Brian Callen. Shame. Shame. Ridiculous, selfish fucks. And these people are going to get other people killed and they don't give a fuck. This is the incitement of violence, like, directly in your fucking face. If you are a veteran, you swore an oath that never expires to take up arms to fight all enemies of the United States. Then why aren't you fighting the people that are violating people's First Amendment right to protest? I mean, this is what you swore you needed your guns to stand up for. But no, folks, that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about standing up with the cops to kill protesters, anybody they don't like, including leftists in politics and the media. In the media, folks, he's instigating violence against reporters. conducting a coup to steal our presidential election and victory. They're just trying to instigate violence. They're trying to create another civil war, folks. They want it to happen. They want to murder all of us, folks. And wait till I get to the Trump section. It's getting even fucking scarier where Trump is completely threatening our democracy now. He's completely threatening to, basically, I guess, become a dictator and take over the government and put down what he calls insurrection with violence. We'll get there. But Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, is being amazingly honest in this clip. They're just coming right out and saying it, folks. They're not even trying to hide anymore. Craziness.
And his message is, the media is your enemy. The blacks are your enemy. They are. The immigrant. And his message is...
His message is, the media is your enemy and blacks are your enemy. And Rudy Giuliani is, they are.
The media is your enemy. The blacks are your enemy. They are. The immigrant...
They are. Yeah, not racist at all, folks. Trump and his minions definitely not fucking amazingly fascist racist, are they? But Tim Pool knows what's up. Millionaire super lefty Tim Pool. The election is being rigged against Trump and it's insanely obvious. Yeah, it's so obvious. I mean, literally no one's doing anything. Trump is the one trying to rig the election. He's been telling people to vote twice in order to create the narrative that there's widespread voter fraud. So then when he loses the election, he can claim that he didn't fairly lose and never leave power because he's so afraid to be arrested. But Tim Pool, millionaire Tim Pool, can you imagine selling your soul to this degree? But man, 336,000 views in 19 hours. He's killing it. You gotta give it to him. He definitely knows his audience. They definitely know how to make propaganda that puts asses in seats. And I'm starting to think there's a double standard with these conservatives. Iron Mouse Chud, the wrongest boy on the internet. The woke want to keep cancel culture alive. We need to kill it. Yeah, evil. It's only the woke people who want cancel culture. Gotta kill it. But cancel Netflix is trending. Keep it up. Yeah. Let's cancel Netflix. But it's the woke doing it and it's evil. But let's do it ourselves, folks. Because nothing matters. It's all ridiculous all the time. And Caitlin Bennett got chased off campus. She likes to go to campus with her bodyguards. They like to push people around, harass people, and people are getting sick of it. They're getting sick of you going out there and trying to instigate trouble on their campuses. They want to be left alone. They don't want to be filmed by you. They don't want to be harassed by you. They want you to fuck off. So there they are running right into the Starbucks, and then she goes inside, and then her bodyguards start abusing people, because of course they are. Why wouldn't they do that? Here they are outside just shoving people around. Yeah, cool, cool, cool.
Oh, shit. Are you okay? Hey!
You don't have the right to go in that Starbucks or whatever. So she runs to the Starbucks. She goes and hides in the electrical closet. Oh, Einstein Bagels. That's what it was. She runs in the Einstein Bagels and she hides in the electrical closet.
She just fucking ran inside the electrical room at the Einstein brothers. She just fucking like barricaded herself in there. Holy shit.
So this is what they do, folks. They start trouble, and then when they find trouble, they play the victim. Oh my God, look, I'm a victim. Give me money. And it works. It works so well, unfortunately. It's the grift that would never fucking end. And it's hard to believe this is true, folks. But if you watch this show, you'll have no problem believing this is real, because this is the stupid-ass timeline we live in with this trash-ass country. This is not an SNL skit, folks. This is a real piece the news did. If you're from another country, this is America, yo.
Now hundreds have gathered here in front of the Washington County Administration building, calling for the end of a mask mandate, saying they are tired of not living their normal lives.
No more masks! No more masks! Not on the backs of my kids, or you're going to get more federal funds. That's how I feel about that.
A passionate call for action Friday morning in St. George. Several police officers on standby as many locals called concerns about coronavirus spikes overblown.
The flu kills more than coronavirus.
Others calling the virus a hoax or stating that asymptomatic carriers simply do not exist and they cannot be forced to wear masks anywhere as citizens of the United States.
If we want to wear a mask, that's fine. We can take care of ourselves.
Some rally attendees say they shouldn't ever wear masks if they have any medical issues or mental health concerns, or if they feel they simply can't breathe.
When George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe," and then he died, and now we're wearing a mask, and we say, "I can't breathe," but we're being forced to wear it anyways.
But many stated that they believe in all cases masks jeopardize kids' health. Parents are demanding they have the right to decide what to do with their children.
I'll tell you another reason I hate masks. Most child molesters love them.
School administrators responding that they don't understand why crowds are protesting them based on a mandate given by the governor.
They blocked off the front entrance to the school building, and we went out to ask them to move, and they attempted to storm the school building.
The school board is implementing the governor's recent order that face shields alone are not enough. And if a parent is adamant that their child cannot wear a mask or a shield, they must fill out a form including a doctor's note so the district can review.
So this is the Trump's America. This is the QAnon people. Pedophiles love face masks. What the fuck is the connection with pedophiles and face masks? That's nothing to do with each other. God damn it, folks. 200,000 people dead. This whole country just is trash. We deserve it, folks. We deserve whatever we get. You get the government you deserve. I was reading earlier that only like 37% of Germany was in favor of Hitler and the Nazis, but the other majority wouldn't rise up and coalesce together, so the minority took over. That's exactly what's happening in this country. The dumbest motherfuckers are taking over everything. And here is Ted Cruz, the man Trump is threatening to put on the Supreme Court for a lifetime appointment to decide, you know, stuff like Roe versus Wade and abortion rights. Here's a grown-ass man. A fair point. Many liberal males never grow balls. Yeah. You don't have any balls, liberal, says this fucking child who is in charge of writing our laws, who might be on the Supreme Court. A guy who Trump called his wife ugly, and he still gargles Trump's balls every chance he gets with this toxic masculinity bullshit, pretending, I'm a manly man, like liberals who ain't got no balls. Holy shit. So this trend of people making fun of Ted Cruz for being pathetic, which they should. Always, always, always. And last on Chud Watch, Scott Adams. Dumb motherfucker, cartoonist Scott Adams. One of the most ignorant people I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. But he's rich, folks. He's rich as shit. I wonder if Black Lives Matter knows that Antifa was allied with Hitler. Yeah, folks. Don't they know that the anti-fascists were aligned with the fascists? Because that just makes sense. And helped them come to power. It feels as if that would be a source of tension, given BLM's focus on history. Does Antifa owe reparations to anyone who lost a family member or property to Nazi Germany? So stupid. Beyond parody. But this is what conservatives reward constantly, because this is America, yo. And that's my Chud Watch section. What do you guys got to say about the Chud Watch section? Nuke us, please. Yeah, don't nuke here, but I can understand a little bit. Identify as a fresh air breather, I know, right? Just depressing, but you can't take it too seriously because you'll be depressed all the time. You got to take this word as a fucking joke. It's a joke! It's a dark comedy. Laugh to keep from crying. America, dumbest country on earth. I don't know if we're the dumbest country on earth. We're definitely up there. I, for one, am so glad that Dusty came back to YouTube. He's the skeptic we need right now. I know. I didn't really ever leave YouTube, but I'm definitely doing more videos now. I used to do like a video every couple months, and now I do 2 a week, so doing way better. Gotta hate white people. I definitely embarrass sometimes of my skin color, because other whiteys definitely make it hard. If Trump wins, he doesn't need to say anything. He'll just unleash evil. I mean, do exactly the same thing he's been doing, right? Has Netflix canceled Cuties yet? Nope. They haven't canceled Cuties, but apparently Cuties, the whole point of Cuties is to point out the sexualization of young children. I'm going to cover it a little bit at the end of the show, so we'll talk about that some more. All hail the Hypnotoad. Yep. I, for one, welcome our Hypnotoad overlords. Dusty should be way more popular than he is right now. I should be, but like, have you ever seen any other popular YouTuber, period, share anything I do? Nope. Nobody shares my material, folks. Nobody has my back. I'm all by my fucking self. Like, I guess Vadim sort of has my back, but like, really nobody does. Because, like, I got blacklisted for telling the truth about the anti-HCW folks, and like I'll never like get unblacklisted. Apparently, that's just the way it is. So if other popular people never share your shit, then it's impossible to grow. It really is just very difficult. They form their little cliques. They're all in it together. They all share each other's shit. They all like each other's tweets, which helps drive engagement. And I'm just not a part of that crew, so there's just no way for me to grow. But here's the thing, folks. I'm exactly where I should be. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly at the level I'm supposed to be. So it's no problem. Don't worry about it. All right, let's check the super chats. See what you guys got to say. I hear you, Dusty, but the point is that it doesn't matter who they shoot. Right-wingers, I already read that. I see more money, but I still, did I not get any more? Let's see, is this thing not working? Yeah, it wasn't working for some reason. Space Ghost Martian, £5. Once Trump hopefully gets out of office, we need to put pressure on the DNC to enforce laws for the police to not oppress the American people. Yeah, exactly. We need to push really hard on Biden if he gets in office. I'm going to hammer him repeatedly, like when when Dave Rubin said, no one is going to hold Trump's feet to the fire more than I am. And of course, he's a lying motherfucker. I really will hold Biden's feet to the fire. I'm not going to kiss his ass when he gets in there. But we definitely need to get his ass in there because Trump has to fucking go. It's getting really scary. Zombie Gangster Samurai, $4.99. If we equate every agitator with BLM, of course, it will make the movement look bad, but I doubt their platform endorses violence. Yeah, but I mean, it's important for us to also call out the people, the bad actors on our side also, you know. Just like we call out the other side, we have to do that. And so that's why I'm doing it. Can't let that shit go because people be like, Dusty, how come you didn't cover this? Are you scared to cover this? Nope, I sure ain't. I'll call that shit out. I'll call it out on all sides. William Johnson, $10. Shahid Buttar called me personally last night just to thank me for supporting his campaign and volunteering. Great progressive candidate trying to unseat Pelosi. Everyone should check him out. All right. Check out Shahid Buttar. Good ad for him there. And Roxanne Dawson $2. Did you just say squirrler alert? Probably. With my mush fucking mouth. Talking's hard. Breaking Bet 094 $4.99 for the same reason they called Bernie a communist. The Dems played along and now they're saying the same thing to Biden. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care. They'll say anything true. Biden's a socialist. Oh my God. No, he's not. What the fuck? He's barely left-leaning. Much less socialist. Yeah, socialist. Sorry. Yep. Craziness. And Jason Morin just became a new Dust Buddy. Welcome, Jason. Appreciate that. Spam the chat with the new emojicons. And Catlin Gearbox, $10. I think I'm going to at YouTube or Twitter with a random Crowder video until they ban him. Okay. Do what you gotta do. I am not calling for that to happen, but you guys are free to do what you will. It is frustrating to see that there's a different set of rules for people like that. I saw Cuddies, and goddamn, the outrage is overblown. I didn't see it, but I read a lot about it. I might watch it eventually, but yeah, like no one says shit, I mean, barely, about toddlers and tiaras or all these other dance teen competitions, but somebody tries to, a black woman writes a movie trying to call that shit out, and suddenly it's freak out time on the conservative side, so we'll cover that a little bit at the end of the show. All right, more super chats, please. Appreciate you. Next up, I didn't do this last week. We skipped it, so let's go ahead and do the religious bullshit segment. And religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bully shit. It's time for religious bullshit. Yeah, I'm still in the theme from My God is an awesome God. He gonna murder everyone. And no one's going to be surprised. But Michael Cohen in his book, you know, Trump's former personal lawyer, says that after Trump meets with all these evangelicals who lay hands on him, he makes fun of them. And I don't know, Michael Cohen is not the greatest source in the world, because he's a lying fuck himself, but I totally believe this. Like, this isn't hard to believe. Cohen writes that before winning the presidency, Trump held a meeting at Trump Tower with prominent evangelical leaders where they laid their hands on him in prayer. Afterwards, Trump allegedly said, "Can you believe that bullshit? Can you believe people believe that bullshit?" Yeah, I can believe Trump said that bullshit. You know he looks down on all his supporters, folks. You know he's embarrassed of you. You know, like the bikers at Sturgis and 99.9% of the people that show up to his rallies, he would never want to be in the same room with you. He looks down upon you. To you, you're gullible doofs. You're the people he's conning. And con men don't have fucking love for the people that con. They have disdain for you because they know you're fucking stupid. And that's exactly how Trump feels. It's pretty obvious. And right-wing activist Mary Colbert says that Trump, just like Jesus, attacks people and calls them names, and you can't take offense because you don't want to take offense to Jesus. Yeah, Trump's out there calling people names, act like a dickhead, act like a child, but if you get mad at it, you're insulting Jesus because Trump's basically Jesus. You see the connection, right, folks?
If you want the strength of the bull, you got to be willing to clean out the pen. And that's Proverbs. And so, you know, Donald Trump comes with a lot of strength, supernatural strength. And with it, you know, you're going to have to be willing to deal with the pen, some of the stuff that comes with the strength of a bull. The other thing is, you know, Jesus spoke very plainly. He called Herod a fox. He referred to a woman as a dog. He said to the Pharisees, "You vipers and snakes." So Jesus spoke very plainly to certain individuals. So I say, don't take offense to some of the names that Donald Trump assigns people, because you don't want to take offense to Jesus. You know,
definitely not a cult, folks. Definitely not a cult. Yeah, who cares if he's an immature little baby who continuously insults people while at the same time calling for people to be nicer in politics? Who gives a shit? Don't offend Jesus. Good Lord, these people are crazy. But I mean, the reason they're saying this, folks, is because Trump gave them, you know, millions in grants. Literally bought their endorsement. So, of course, if you give people millions of dollars, they're going to get out there and call you Jesus. And Jerry Falwell getting in more and more trouble. I've been covering this story, going to keep covering. They've been looking into his past financial dealings, and before becoming school president, Falwell set up 2 companies that enabled him to cut property deals with one of many nonprofit entities affiliated with the university. I always say they were Routers. I know it's Reuters, but I want to say Routers because that's so much funner to say. Reuters found in each of the deals, Falwell played multiple roles with potentially conflicting interest. He was an officer of the university, a board member for the nonprofit selling the land, and a private developer who could profit from the transaction. So, yep, we know he's shady as shit, folks. We're also going to go over this a little bit more later, folks. His endorsement of Trump is one of the key things that helped Trump get elected. And we have more information now about why he decided to surprisingly jump in and endorse Trump. We're going to cover that in the Trump section. But hopefully he'll go to jail. We'll see what the fuck happens. And Christian leader who slapped reporter's butt pleads guilty to sexual assault. So you remember this guy? This Methodist Church youth member? Youth pastor. So this girl, this woman, I'm sorry, was reporting on this race, and this pastor walks up behind her, runs up behind her, and just feels like he has the right to slap her on the butt, because why not, right? It's just harmless. You can just walk up to women you don't know and slap them on the butt here. It's just, I'm showing I care about her by slapping her on the butt, and look at her face, she instantly, you could tell she's upset and like shocked and, you know, hurt. He would have done this to a man.
The runner accused of slapping a reporter on her behind on live TV is speaking out today.
I was caught up in the moment.
I spoke to Tommy Calloway in his first interview since video of his behavior went viral.
Take me back to that moment. What were you thinking?
I was getting ready to bring my hands up and wave to the camera and to the audience. And there was a misjudge in character and decision making. I touched her back. I did not know exactly where I touched her.
They're such liars, man. We saw you. You slapped her on the butt purposely. I don't know where I was trying to touch your back. Aren't you a Christian? Is that like lying against your religion? Nope. It's basically the basis of your religion. So anyway, he pled guilty. So thoughts and prayers to you, dipshit. And folks, did you know that Antifa is being mind controlled by umbrellas? It's true, folks. Totally true. Right Wing Watch. Right Wing Watch. They give good videos. That's Right Wing Watch. Go!
All these kids you're seeing in the streets, the MK Ultra, it only takes like an hour. They have it down to an art. They have it down to a science. They will fragment your mind into 100 pieces. And each piece is separated with a dissociative wall of amnesia. So they can program each piece. The programming's in you. She said, when you see Hillary or the Queen wearing purple, that's end of the world programming. If they're wearing green, it means this. If they put out something in verbatim, like on Twitter, it activates the code. Some may be assassination codes. Some may be other codes. She says, she says they're doing it in daycare. They're doing it elementary, junior high, high school. Churches are doing it. If you put your kids in daycare, listen, it is mind-numbing. She confirmed so many things that the Lord was showing me that was going on. Now, all these guys in the streets, this is why they can't be reasoned with. You see Rand Paul trying to reason with these guys? Or it wasn't reason with them. It was, but you can't even talk to these guys. That's what Rand Paul was trying to say. You can't even reason with these guys. You can't reason with someone that's been mind-controlled. Do you notice the guys in the streets with the umbrellas?
Yes. Yes.
Those are their handlers, brother.
Yeah, I've often thought that, yeah.
That activates the programming. And she said what that does, the umbrella reminds them and activates the violence programming, saying that if you don't get violent, we will activate the tormenting spirits that we have placed in you to torment you until you do.
True story, folks! Don't you know this is reality? It's the umbrellas! They're not holding the umbrellas to, protect them from rubber bullets and shit. No! It's mind control! Good Lord. Imagine having that mindset. Imagine being an adult and believing bullshit like this. But these are the people that Trump gave millions of dollars to. These are the people that are just so fucking depressing, goddammit. It's hard to believe this is real life right now. And, holy shit! This is a crazy-ass story. I don't know if you guys have heard about this one, but, this Brazilian gospel singer's family's life has taken more twist than any telenovela. I had to look this up and see if this shit was real, because this story is so fucking crazy. So, anyway, her name is, Flora de Lis. She goes by the one name, kind of like Madonna, Flora de Lis, and apparently she is a famous Christian singer turned congresswoman in Brazil, and she has 55 children. 50, true story, 55 children. So they're all adopted. She's adopted 55 children, so she's become this Christian saint over in Brazil because she's so godly by adopting all these children. Well, spoiler alert, yeah, she was molesting them. She was molesting most of them, and she married one of them. She adopted the kid when he was 14, and she married him when he was in his early 20s. And then she got one of her other adopted sons to murder him, because why wouldn't she do that? They even made a movie about her before all this happened, where she was the hero of the movie, and it had a star-studded cast. So yeah, that's religion for you, folks. It's a shield that they hide behind in order to do the dirty shit they do in the dark. You would have think they would have called her out when she married one of her adopted children. But no, perfectly fine. Normal shit every day. And apparently her and her adopted child husband were molesting and having sex with the underage girls. And they actually told one story where they actually brought in priests. The witness recalls that at a certain time, family members were visited by foreign Pentecostal pastors. The declarant recalls that as a form of reception for such pastors, one of the daughters was offered sexually to them. Flora de Lis was the one who made the offer. So just the most evil people in the world. They always want to claim that it's the left that are the pedophiles. That's why they always ignore that they're fucking children all over the place on the right. They're clearly the ones who are the pedophiles, but it don't matter, folks. Reality never matters to these people. And here's an example of them claiming the left are the pedophiles, ignoring all the fucking pedophiles on the right. They're going to claim that in California, they're trying to legalize pedophilia before they're all arrested, so they can't be charged. So what's happening in California, folks, is there's a law in the books in California where if a man is dating a woman, and the man's like 21 years old, and the woman's like 15, and they have sex, the judge can decide not to add the 21-year-old to the sex offenders list. But the law doesn't cover homosexual relationships, so automatically, if it's a gay guy doing it, he gets put on the sexual offenders list. So it's a discrepancy in the law that doesn't treat gay and straight people equally. So they're basically just changing the law where everybody is treated equally under the law, right? But no, this is how they lie and twist everything, folks. They're pretending like they're trying to make pedophilia legal in order to keep from getting arrested when Trump takes over everything. Another video from Right Wing Watch. Do it. Do it.
California legislature passes a bill to soften criminal penalty for LGBT adults who have sex with underage teens. Now, I tweeted this out, and I said, this is panic. So they know they're in trouble, so they are trying to get ahead of the narrative and normalize it like it's no big deal. How do you stop this? Very simple, death penalty. Death penalty for pedos. So, now, why are they doing this, Chris? Why are they passing this out there? Well, people say, well, it's evil, this, that, and the other. Well, yeah, it is. But you got to understand what's fixing to be exposed, what's being exposed on a huge global scale, which is the pedophilia and the child trafficking.
Yes.
And they're trying to make it legal where you cannot prosecute them. That's what this is all about. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
So this is what people are, this is what they're trying to do, or they have done in California, but that's the reason why they're doing it. They don't want to be prosecuted for what's been going on.
So this is just QAnon shit, the same stuff that Trump is encouraging. This is what the Republican Party has become now, just a conspiracy theory nut house. Like, it used to be bad in the Republican Party, but I never thought it'd get this bad. Yeah. And Sheriff resigns. I showed you guys this clip a couple weeks ago, but they actually have a transcript of what this guy said. Remember, this sheriff was caught using racial slurs because his girlfriend talked to a black guy in the store? And he was screaming at her, "You talk to a dirty N-word? That makes me look bad. Don't you ever talk to an N-word in front of me?" So, let's see what he said here. Oh, yeah. So, they basically had him in front of a kind of a tribunal. And this is what he had said. With his body language slouched in his chair, he addressed the room, stating what was done was in the privacy of his own home, blaming his actions on the devil. Wright said the video was recorded because he was mad at Middlebrooks because he missed a funeral of his friend who was black, trying to locate her. "I'm a Christian man. I read my Bible every day," said Wright. "I am by no means racist. That video does not show the true picture of me." Dudes, it ain't working no more. Nobody believes you Christian assholes anymore. Clinging to your Bible ain't gonna help you. It actually hurts at this point. Makes you more likely to be fucking racist because we see right through that shit. And last up on my religious bullshit segment.
Jesus is going to take the Christians. Jesus is going to take the Christians off the face of the earth in 3 weeks on the Feast of Trumpets. And the dumb people that have never invested in God's word are going to be left behind to go through the Great Tribulation.
What a dickhead.
In the Great Tribulation, people in America are going to be killing each other to take their property and their homes. Money will be worth nothing. Donald Trump will not be in the White House because he's a Christian. He has Christians pray for him on a regular basis. If y'all had any sense, you'd be home watching the Republican National Convention to save this, the best country in the world, the best, most prosperous continent. Okay, now it has been wrong to call African Americans. It's like, why do we make them say they're from Africa when they've been over here longer than I have? My great-grandfather came and he was...
Woo! Yes!
They're clueless! Anyway, at 16, because they start planting sexual thoughts into your child in school, so your kid's like, I'm having sex. Well, when you have a 16-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter having sex, it's not what you want.
Have a nice day. Black Lives Matter. Have a nice day. Love you.
So these are the kind of people that put Trump in office. These people are going to vote. Are you going to vote? Sure the fuck hope so. Got to cancel out this nuttiness. Good Lord, it's such a trash fucking country. Imagine believing God was going to torture all non-believers and still worshiping it anyway. Why would you worship a monster like that? Fuck everything about that. Let's see what you guys have to say in the chatty chat real quick. Making good time with the show. This lady sounds reasonable. I know. I want to invite her over to brunch. Pick her brain. She sounds like she's got her finger on the pulse of the nation. When is this 3 weeks from? It's like, I think this was last week, so we still got 2 weeks to go before Jesus is coming back. Gonna happen! I'm worried about it. They've been saying that shit for 2,000 years, I know, and they'll be saying it 2,000 more years. It's the longest running game of telephone ever. It's funny listening to make fun of Southern accents with a Southern accent. I know, right? I gotta do that, though, because I'm in Mississippi. Gotta make fun of these fucks. QAnon are members of Congress now. Yep, true story. That's how far we've fallen in this trash fucking country. Not worth taking this country serious anymore. Not worth being proud of. It's all garbage. Just wait till we get to the fucking Trump section. It's coming. 55 children, what the hell? I know, right? How do you get somebody to let you adopt 55 children? When you think like, hey, something's up. I wonder if she's raping all these children. Yeah, she's raping all the children. Don't let her have any more. But, you know, she hides behind religion. Still like, no, she's a Christian. Obviously, she's a good person because she's like, you can't be a bad person if you're a Christian, folks. That's just the way it works. You know, to Christians. All right. Let's check the super chats. Then we'll continue on with the show. Super chats. Boom, 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 boom. How scary is Trump? What is he doing now? Just wait. Scarier than it's ever been, and that's saying something. Kinky became a Dust Buddy. Welcome, Kinky. Thank you for coming, Dust Buddy. Appreciate that. Enjoy those new emojis. The Shadow Beef, $5. All cats are beautiful. Yep. All cats are beautiful. How about a little Misty action? Misty, you gonna be my star? Let go of the bed. Let go of the bed. Come be my star for a second. Come be my star. Show everybody how pretty you are, Miss Misty. She's my little baby girl, and she loves her daddy. Mwah. You being sweet for a second. You about to claw my eyes out, aren't you? Because I woke you up. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. Go back to sleep. Thank you for being my star for a second. Miss Mystic. Love me some Mystic. All right, let's see what else we got here. Thank you for supporting the kid is and the dog is and the super chats. It means a lot. Your facial expression while watching these idiots are hilarious. It's an honest facial expression. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Just, oh my God. Like, how is this real? Like, just too stupid to take seriously. This reality has to be a fucking joke. Can't be real. I just don't believe it anymore. Alright, so it's time for the Karen segment. Got a very short but sweet Karen section. Cause, bitch, you're caring too much. Falsetto. Got the runs. First off, this woman seems lovely. Apparently, she's in a Verizon store, not wearing her mask, and I love the chef kiss at the end, where she has to end it with racism. Now, she was a fucking disgusting piece of shit human being before, but she decided I had to prove it. I had to put the cherry on the top at the very end with the last words. Let's have a look.
Spit over your face, you fucking hoe! Quit this stuff. You have to leave. That's what you're doing. That's not your charger. This is not your charger.
Fucking shit away from me, bitch! Do not grab my fucking hand!
I did not touch you.
Yes, you fucking did!
You can get out.
Get the fucking thing before I beat the shit out of you!
Man, you need to get out.
You need to get out.
You go fuck yourself! You fucking ugly hoe!
No one's an ugly hoe here.
Actually, yeah, you are. I have to get my fucking own police, so I'm not walking around a goddamn fucking city without data! You pieces of shit! You're not only fucking breaking contracts, you're enforcing illegal laws, and you don't fucking tell me what to do, and you don't grab my fucking hand! You fucking fat ugly nigger!
Oh, heard that. Want to hear it again?
You fucking fat ugly nigger!
Yeah. Oh, well, I wonder where where she works. I wonder where she works. Wonder what her bosses think about her behavior. Maybe somebody should find out. I'm just saying, do your thing, internet. Name and shame. Name and shame. Next up. Fight clip. Doughy old white guys think they're so tough. Why do you think you're so tough, doughy old white guy? Holy shit. So it's funny, this guy's being racist. Calling him a boy, which is a racial slur that white people, since the beginning of black people being in this country, have used to belittle black men. Calling them boy. What you looking at, boy? You eyeballing me, boy? So the funny thing to watch in this video is he calls the guy boy, and then after he gets his ass whooped, he quickly starts calling the guy man. He changes his tune real quick on who he calling a boy.
What you gonna do, boy?
What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do, boy? Well, let's find out.
What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do in here with everybody here, man? What you gonna do? Get your ass up there and get the fucking... Hey!
Oh, yeah. What's he gonna do? Mistakes were made. Lessons were learned.
Man, I know. You talk that shit. Man, I didn't do nothing. Shut up. I ain't trying to do shit. Oh, man.
He's like, I didn't do nothing to you, man. Calling him a man real quick. What you gonna do, boy? Well, you asked him. He answered. So, life lessons. And last on the Karen section, another male Karen. This guy goes into the grocery store and gets all his groceries and goes up to the counter and ain't wearing his mask. They're like, dude, you got the fuck out of here. We ain't serving you. And acts like a total fucking shithead.
So you let me shop and get all my groceries and waited for me to come here, and now you're gonna say I can't eat? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes, fuck off. And at the end, he starts calling them all sheep. I'm just gonna skip to the end because he just stands there like a dickhead holding up the line for about 2 minutes, and then he throws a tantrum and leaves.
Nobody. This is ridiculous.
Yes,
I'm right here. Look at this. I'm right here with my groceries.
Fuck off.
Because the next thing is going to be a vaccine. I can't come in here without a vaccine. All these slaves, slave minds. Slaves. Look at all the slaves. Look at a father with his daughter. What a slave. Slaves.
Slaves, you're all slaves. Unlike me, I'm free to spread the virus everywhere and to get you all killed. 100% Trump supporter. Fuck him. Pettiness 2020. In my opinion. And all right, it's time for the Trump section. We got a big Trump section, and oh my God, it gets worse every week. It's hard to believe. How could it get worse? How could it keep constantly fucking getting worse? But it's like it's so bad we're all numb to it. Like literally any tiny one of these things should have brought on any president. But it's just so much of it constantly that everybody's numb to it. Everybody just ignores it. So first off, we talked about this earlier.
The new book from President Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, claims for the first time that an endorsement for the president from Jerry Falwell Jr. was tied to Cohen's role in suppressing racy photographs belonging to the evangelical leader.
They're admitting it now. He helped quash some racy photos that ignorant-ass Jerry Falwell Jr. accidentally sent to the wrong people. As you know, Jerry Falwell Jr. is a cuck who likes to watch his wife have sex with other people, and he was sending sexual pictures of his wife. He was trying to send these pictures to the bull, which is what you call the guy that fucks your wife, and accidentally sent them to a bunch of other people because he's a fucking moron. And so he hired Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, to help broker deals to quash these pictures before they got out. And as part of the deal, he had to come out and publicly endorse Donald Trump, which was a huge boon to Trump's presidency, because Jerry Falwell Jr. was at the time was the president of the largest Christian college in the world, an incredibly influential person in the evangelical community, and it helped Trump sew up the evangelical support, regardless of what his past was like, regardless of the fact that he cheated on his wife multiple times with porn stars and talking about grabbing women's pussies, all the bad he's done, didn't matter. He got this surprise endorsement out of the blue from Jerry Falwell Jr., which catapulted him to the presidency. So now we know, of course, it was caused because the president of the largest Christian college in the world was sending racy nude photos to his bull, who was fucking his wife, and was trying to hide it. So Trump is the president now. Of course, why wouldn't this be the case? The dumbest fucking timeline, folks. Hard to believe, and I played some of these clips before, but this is important just to keep hammering home, folks. Trump admitting that he knows COVID-19 is deadly to children, and yet he's out in public saying they're immune, trying to send your kids back to school ASAP. Knowing some of your kids are going to get killed. He don't give a fuck, folks. This is negligent homicide, so let's keep in mind, he knows.
Now it's turning out it's not just old people, Bob. Just today and yesterday, some startling facts came out. It's not just older.
Yeah, exactly.
Young people, to plenty of young people.
So
what's going on
give me a moment of talking to somebody, going through this with Fauci or somebody who kind of, it caused a pivot in your mind, because it's clear just from what's on the public record that you went through a pivot on this to, oh my God, the gravity is almost inexplicable and unexplainable.
Well, I think, Bob, really, to be honest with you,
sure, I want you to.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes,
because I don't want to create a panic.
So, lying, that's what he's talking about. I always lied. I always knew it killed kids. Don't give a shit. Gotta put your kids back in school immediately. And Joe Biden hit him pretty good on this one, in my opinion. Here he is talking about his average day. Dude sits around and fucking watches Fox News all day while 100,000 people are died. 8 hours of television.
I watch some of the shows. I watched Liz McDonald. She's fantastic. I watched Lou Dobbs last night, Sean Hannity last night, Tucker last night, Laura. I watched Fox and Friends in the morning. You watch these shows.
Just don't give a fuck. He's busy listening to them preach to the choir. It's an audience of one for Fox News. And he's captivated all day long. If he's not watching Fox News, he's tweeting. He tweeted like over 50 times this morning in like a 25-minute period. It's just insane as shit, man. It's going to get worse, folks. We're getting to the bad stuff, but we ain't there yet. Here he is mocking Joe Biden for trying to do social distancing and being responsible during a pandemic.
Do you ever see him with his little circles, a circle? You know why he puts the circles? Because he wants to be like correct with COVID, but it's not really. Because they can't get anybody to fill up a room, so they put these big circles. So he can't get anybody to fill, nobody wants to go. Oh boy, you know, the fake news, look at all those people back.
Yeah, Democrats don't want to go where social distancing doesn't happen because they don't want to get sick and spread the virus, you fucking piece of shit. But he doesn't care, folks. Trump doesn't care about your life. He should be charged for negligent homicide. He probably won't be, but he absolutely should. Will surprise nobody that his appointees have been trying to interfere with the CDC and change the narrative in the CDC that more closely matches Trump's rhetoric. Trump officials interfere with the CDC reports on COVID-19. The politically appointed HHS spokesperson and his team demanded and received the right to review CDC's scientific reports to health professionals. So that's just him trying to play it down. Every chance he gets, he's trying to mislead the public and play it down, and his cronies are helping him fucking do it. which lead to shit like this. Super spreader events. Like his most recent rally. Look at this shit. First of all, look at all these ignorant fucks running to get to the front of the line to see Donald Trump. And there a mask amongst them. Maybe 5% of them have masks. They just don't give a shit, folks. Look at them all.
Damn it!
Lemmings.
Excuse me. Back up.
A never-ending parade of them. And you know, I have a hard time believing that all these people are running just to see Trump. You know, is there like a better camera angle or something that we can see? Like maybe there's some other explanation for this. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's Godzilla. Okay. Yep. I get it now. Run, motherfuckers, run! But no, folks. How many people are going to get killed? Herman Cain died at the last Trump rally. But they went and interviewed these people, folks. These are Trump supporters. Listen to how dangerous this shit is. This is why we have the highest death rate in the world. This is why we're the laughingstock of the fucking world. Because of shit like this.
Why are you not wearing your mask? Because there's no COVID. It's a fake pandemic created to destroy the United States of America.
But the president said to Bob Woodward that there is a virus, the coronavirus, and that it is deadly.
That's his opinion. The truth is that the CDC said that only less than 10,000 people died from COVID. The other 190,000 have 2.6 or 2.8.
This is such a bad argument. It's like saying that all the people that die from AIDS, they really die from AIDS, because AIDS is not actually the thing that kills you. It just breaks your immune system down, and then you catch another thing like pneumonia or something, and you die of that. So nobody died of AIDS. It was a comorbidity. Just the dumbest people on the goddamn planet. Paid in us 2020, motherfuckers.
Other modalities.
Does it worry you guys at all to be in this crowded space?
The question is, does it worry you guys at all to be in this crowded space with all these people?
I'm not afraid. The good Lord takes care of me. If I die, I die. We got to get this country moving. What are you going to do? Wear masks and stay inside for another year? Huh? Where'll that get us?
God, man. I'm not saying I hope he dies, but shit. Woo. Maybe a little bit of justice. So anyway, yep. They're having super spreader events. They're going to get tons of people. Thousands perhaps killed. Just so Trump can have his little rally. This is what it looks like, folks. Look at this. Just scary as fuck. When your grandma dies, just know who's responsible, folks. They don't care. They don't give a shit about you. They don't even care about their own lives. Why would they care about your life? And this is the worst gotcha I've ever seen. Things you'll never see at a Biden campaign event. Yeah, a super spreader event? I would hope not. This is not a gotcha, man. You're basically saying, look, Biden behaves like a responsible adult, doesn't get people killed. Ha ha! Students for Trump. Not the best. They're not sending the best, folks. And remember Trump? He said the reason he lied to you, is because he doesn't want to start a panic, folks. That's the real reason he lied. I don't want you guys to panic. I had to lie to you. So this reporter just bust him straight out. And I love looking at his face. He can't handle anything, can't handle any tough questions. He's such a fucking soft baby. Love it.
All right, please, Jeff.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Why did you lie to the American people, and why should we trust what you have to say now?
Such a terrible question, and the phraseology. I didn't lie. What I said is we have to be calm. We can't be panicked. All right, please,
You did lie.
Yes, thank you, Mr.
You've shown over and over again how you lied. You repeatedly fucking lied. And he buzzed you. That's a terrible question. I dare you ask me a hard question. I need nothing but softballs. But his entire campaign is about trying to create panic, folks. Who could believe this stupid bullshit when all he ever does is try to sow fear and panic?
Right.
But Biden wants to raise your taxes so high, he would eradicate your economy. He'd put on new regulations, and it wouldn't be him again. I'm going to keep saying it. It would be the people that control him. He's a puppet. And then he wants to do a complete shutdown. We're setting records. You know, we just set a job record for 4 months, 10.4 million people.
Yeah, you lost 40 million. What the fuck?
Listen to this. So when we had this pandemic worldwide, you know, look, it's a terrible thing that a thing like this happened. People were saying we could go to 41, 42% unemployment. You know what we are now? 8.4%. I don't say that's... If you would have said that, and we have the strongest, highest stock market in history. So your 401ks are doing great. If he got in, we would have the greatest depression in the history of our country. I mean it.
I don't want to sow panic, folks, but the entire world is going to implode. Joe Biden's going to destroy everything, but don't panic. I don't want to cause panic.
I think 1929 would look like good times, all right? Because he'd do everything wrong. He'd raise your taxes. He'd raise the hell out of interest rates. He'd do everything wrong. The Biden shutdown will permanently destroy the lives and dreams of tens of millions of Americans.
But I'm not trying to sow panic, folks. Stay calm. I'm the calm president, folks. I am absolutely calm. But it's all fear all the time. That is all the Trump campaign is in its entirety.
Not only does Joe Biden want to eliminate your jobs, he wants to eliminate your borders. He's promised to flood your state with refugees, and you know that as well as I do, and you see it all the time.
Well, I wish that were true. Do you know that it's good to help refugees? Do you know that people in other countries who live in danger and fear for their lives and are just trying to find somewhere where they can protect and take care of their family and live decent lives, it's good to help those people? This is a guy that claims he's a Christian that is supported almost exclusively by Christians, and they're so fucking evil. All this is racism, folks. He's trying to make you scared of the brown people. And you're gonna flood your cities with brownies. Be scared, folks. But hey, I'm trying to keep everybody calm.
From terrorist hotspots around the world, including Syria, Somalia, and Yemen.
So the places where we need to help the people the most, the places where it's incredibly dangerous to live, and we should help those people. There's plenty of room in this country. I live in Mississippi. It's 99% woods. There's plenty of room for everybody. Bring them over. Let's show them the love of Christ. I'm not even a goddamn Christian, not even close. But I'm more of a Christian than you are, motherfucker.
Biden's pledged to have a 700% increase. He made this deal with Crazy Bernie.
Good.
A 700% increase in the flow of refugees.
Amazing.
So he wants to lift it up by 700%.
Unlike you, who has increased drone striking by 450%. Of the two things, I want refugees to help them instead of bombing people. All fear, all the time. That's all he's fucking got. But he's trying to keep you calm, folks. That's why he lied. And this is the campaign texts are sitting out. These are literally Trump's campaign texts. Antifa thugs will ruin suburbs. Do you stand against Biden and Antifa? Biden will increase taxes by $4 trillion and let Antifa run wild, defend America. They'll attack your homes if Joe's elected. Biden will let Antifa destroy our nation. All fear, all the time. Don't let them get away with saying he lied to you to try to keep you calm, folks. It's all bullshit. And Lincoln Project, they busted him here pretty good. I didn't want to cause a panic by turning on the hose. Yep. I'd hate to do something about it, folks. I'd hate to take it seriously. And he's never taken it seriously. That's why all the Trump supporters don't wear fucking masks. That's why they think it's a hoax. He could very easily, he's like a cult leader. If you wanted to convince them to wear a mask, they would. But he doesn't give a shit. His narrative is that it's a Democratic hoax and the masks are unmanly, and that's what his ignorant cult members follow. And it gets worse, folks. Got to get really scary. So what they're doing is they're trying to downplay the Russian influences and white supremacy. He's putting his goons in place in the Department of Homeland Security to downplay that and overstate the danger of Antifa. And the reason he's doing this is because he wants to send his stormtroopers out to arrest his political enemies and put them in prison. But he knows the white supremacists are on his side, and he knows the Russians are on his side, so he has to downplay that shit. and he has to make Antifa the boogeyman. DHS leadership downplayed threats of white supremacy and Russian interference to hype up fears around immigrants, anti-fascists, and China, a whistleblower complaint from a former top DHS staffer alleges. The whistleblowers are coming out all over the place to explain exactly the horrors that are happening in this country. We better fucking start listening because it's getting scary. And this story dovetails into what I'm about to talk to you about. So you guys might remember a couple weeks ago, a member of Patriot Prayer, who was one of the Trump supporting groups who went out to protest Antifa, to support Trump during the BLM protest. Well, I guess he got an altercation with this guy, Michael Rino? I'm going to pronounce it Rhino. I don't know how you pronounce that name. Michael Rhino. Michael Rhino claims that he thought the guy was about to stab him. And he claims that he shot the guy in self-defense. I don't know. There's no clear video of what happened. I wasn't there. Have no clue, but that's what he claims. So, Trump sends out the U.S. Marshals to get this guy, and they murder him. They gun him down in the streets. Witnesses say officers never gave commands before firing at Michael Reynolds outside a Washington apartment. Officers who first confronted Michael Forrest Reynolds outside an apartment complex in Washington last week yelled no warnings or commands before firing and killing the Oregon man, wanted on a murder warrant in the death of right-wing demonstrator in Portland, according to a witness now represented by a lawyer. Now, he had a gun on him, but there's no indication, no evidence that he pulled the gun or brandished the gun or fired any shots. I guess he carried the gun because he was scared for his life. Now, maybe evidence come out later that he pulled the gun. I don't know. We'll have to see if that happens. But the witness said he didn't see him pull the gun out. He was right there. Didn't see them yell at him to stop or anything. They just killed him, basically. They executed him, basically, according to the witness. Which brings us to what Trump has to say about it. Trump talked about this and praised the U.S. Marshals he sent out there for their extrajudicial killing and claimed there has to be retribution, folks. The president is encouraging murders of people without going through the judicial system, without their day in court. Look at this scary ass shit. I think it starts about halfway. Play. You can do it. You can do it. Play. Is it going to play or not? What the fuck? Am I still on the fucking air? God damn it. Am I still on the fucking air? I guess I'm still on the air. Why is this video not playing? Come on, play, goddammit. Fuck my life. Alright, now it's playing.
Test with these so-called agitators, and they were going to destroy him. They were going to beat him up badly. He fortunately had security, but they were going to beat him up badly. The man is a disaster. If he would say, come into Portland, within a half an hour, the whole thing would be solved.
He's not going to say that.
The governor's gotten closer. Look what's going on out there. I will tell you.
Kid Brown,
the governor has gotten closer. I spoke to the governor 2 days ago.
Good.
They're arresting a lot of people.
Good.
Now, we sent in the U.S. Marshals for the killer, the man that killed the young man in the street. Just shot him. I mean, it was on television. Cold-blooded killed him. He didn't like his hat.
Like I said, Trump has no idea. He's just making this up. The guy said he thought he was about to be stabbed. So Trump is just trying to paint him as a cold-blooded killer, but totally different story when he describes Kyle Rittenhouse and what he did. But look, he's about to praise them for their extrajudicial killing as needed retribution.
Or he didn't like something, and it wasn't a Trump hat.
Right. It was peaceful.
It was
prayer.
It was a lot. It was a religious hat.
Right.
And he shot him cold blood. 2.5 days went by, and I put out, when are you going to go get him? And the U.S. Marshals went in to get him.
Good.
And in a short period of time, they ended in a gunfight. This guy was a violent criminal.
A lot of them out there.
And the U.S. Marshals killed him. And I will tell you something, that's the way it has to be. There has to be retribution when you have crime like this.
There has to be retribution, folks. That's the way it's got to be. You just got to go murder these people. Don't give them their day in court. I sent them out and they murdered him. It's good. It's good that I'm doing this. And he talks about it again, folks. The fascism is not a bug. It's a feature. Here he is going to brag about sending them out to murder the guy again.
Police, who, by the way, could do a great job if they were let to do their job, but they're not. They're not. And as you know, in Portland the other day, we had to send in the U.S. Marshals. A man who's a bad guy, shot somebody right in the middle of the street, who they say was a very fine young man, shot him, killed him. Just shot him like it was on television. 2.5 days, nothing happened. I said, what's going on? We sent in the U.S. Marshals. It was taken care of in 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes.
Yeah, we wanted to murder him in 15 minutes. Hooray! For fascism. But now it's getting into the scary shit, folks. Keep in mind all that. Keep in mind that's what he wants to do. He wants to send his thugs out to kill whoever he declares are violent criminals. So Roger Stone, Trump's longtime confidant, the man that Trump didn't pardon, but he commuted his sentence. He's a convicted felon that Trump commuted his sentence so he doesn't do any jail time. Good friend of Trump. He went on the Alex Jones show and declared that Trump should seize total power if he loses the election, should declare martial law, and should arrest all his enemies, folks. They're already setting this up, folks. He's already talking about it. Stone argued that the ballots in Nevada on election night should be seized by federal marshals and taken from the state because they are completely corrupted, and falsely said that we can prove voter fraud in the absentees right now. He specifically called for Trump to have absentee ballots seized in Clark County, Nevada, an area that leans Democratic. Stone went on to claim that the votes from Nevada should not be counted. They are already flooded with illegals, and basically suggested that former Senator Harry Reid, Democrat Nevada, should be arrested and that Trump should consider nationalizing Nevada's state police force. Beyond Nevada, Stone recommended that Trump consider several actions to retain his power. Stone recommended that Trump appoint former Representative Bob Barr as a special counsel with the special task of forming an election day operation and using the FBI, federal marshals, and Republican state officials across the country to be prepared to file legal objections and, if necessary, to physically stand in the way of criminal activity. Stone also argued Trump to consider declaring martial law or invoking the Insurrection Act, and then using his powers to arrest Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, Apple CEO Tim Cook, the Clintons, and anybody else who could be proven to be involved in illegal activity. So they're talking about just overthrowing the government, installing Trump as a dictator right now. That's how scared they are about being put in jail for the crimes, folks. And it's not just Roger Stone that's saying this. It's so scary. Trump's top health aide attacks scientists and warns of armed revolt. So first, this guy, this cretin that was put in power by Trump, is attacking scientists at the CDC for trying to keep people safe, for not just bowing down to Trump's narrative. But the real scary thing is what he says at the end of this. Let's see. Some of Mr. Caputo's most disturbing comments were centered on what he described as a left-wing plot to harm the administration's supporters. He claimed baselessly that the killing of a Trump supporter in Portland, Oregon in August by an avowed supporter of the left-wing collective was merely a practice run for more violence. Remember the Trump supporter who was shot and killed? Mr. Caputo said that was a drill. So basically, he's encouraging Trump to use the government, or not necessarily encouraging. He's just making the trying to make the public afraid that this is what's going to happen. That the left wing is going to try to overthrow the government, and Trump gloriously is going to have to stand up with the military and put them down. This is the shit that Trump's administration is spreading right now, along with Roger Stone. So when you hear the president say shit like this, you know he's listening. You know they're floating these ideas, and you know they're literally considering overthrowing the government and inserting himself as a dictator.
You're going to do, let's say there are threats. They say that they're going to threaten riots if they lose on election night, assuming we get a winner on election night. What are you going to do?
We'll put them down very quickly if they do that. We have the right to do that. We have the power to do that if we want. Look, it's called insurrection. We just send in and we do it very easy. I mean, it's very easy. I'd rather not do that because there's no reason for it. But if we had to, we'd do that and put it down within minutes. So
the plan seems pretty clear, folks. Trump is trying to encourage his cult to vote twice to create voter fraud. So then when the problem that he created happens, he can say, see, I told you there was widespread voter fraud. I declare a victory. I actually won this election. And then use the military to put down anybody who disagrees with his taking of that power. Now, if somebody would have said this to me 3 years ago, I'd been like, nah, that's just a conspiracy theory. That's ridiculous. That could never happen. But it really seems that's what they're floating now, folks. They're trying to see how the public responds to it to see if they can get away with it. I really wouldn't be surprised to see that happen. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen in this country. It may be the end of democracy in this country. And he's not even pretending to joke about it anymore. He keeps saying this over and over. This is like the 10th time he said this. Where he's talking about after he gets another 4 years, he's going to go for another 4 years after this, which he can't do. But he's just going to declare and take the power for himself. And they're cheering for it.
Well, thank you very much. So, I want to start by saying, hello, Nevada. How are you doing? How are you? And I'm thrilled to be in Douglas County, but people are coming from all over the place. There's a lot of people for Douglas County, isn't it? We have thousands and thousands of loyal, hardworking American patriots. That's what we have. And 52 days from now, we're going to win Nevada. And we're going to win 4 more years in the White House. And then after that, we'll negotiate, right? Because we're probably, based on the way we were treated, we're probably entitled to another 4 after that.
Yeah, fuck the Constitution. Who cares about democracy? Dictators for life. That's where the Republican Party is, folks. Scary. It's getting really fucking scary. So scary now that on Facebook, not on Facebook, on Twitter today, this was trending. What will happen if Donald Trump doesn't accept the election results? Yeah, they're already openly talking about it all over the place as a real possibility. And the military has chimed in and said they're not going to do anything about it. So I don't know, folks. We'll see what happens, but might be the end of America as we know it. And it just gets more and more depressing. The fucking president of the United States has to be reprimanded by Twitter and have his tweets hidden because he's out there telling his supporters to vote twice. He's trying to sow voter fraud into the system so he can declare that he won. Just disgusting. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is what this country's become, right? And where are all the free speech warriors at? Remember all the free speech warriors? They just love free speech. Absolute free speech. Hey, if you don't believe in free speech for everybody, then you don't believe in free speech for anybody. Is this your boy?
I would love to see it.
Scary jingoism.
If I were a congressman or a senator, I'd be in there with that one. You know, this freedom of speech. That's not freedom of speech. You burn the flag, you should go to jail for 1 year. I really mean that.
That absolutely is freedom of speech. It's like fucking piece of cloth with dye on it. Most of them made in China. Burning your own shit is absolutely fucking freedom of speech. Where you at, free speech warriors? They don't give a shit. And it just gets more and more goddamn depressing. So, he's out there talking to the California governor and scientist about the fires that are burning everything right now. And they're just trying to get him on board with climate change. Yeah, it's real. Can you please accept climate change? Here's his response. This is our president. The worst possible human being that could have been elected right now during this climate change crisis got elected, folks. We deserve whatever we get.
And priority is vegetation management, but I think we want to work with you to really recognize the changing climate and what it means to our forests and actually work together with that science. That science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay, it'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually. Tom, please.
I don't think science knows what they're talking about. The conservatives are the same people that will call liberals science deniers. By never saying shit about this, we literally have a climate change denier in the fucking White House during a time period we can't afford to have this, folks. Imagine if we have another 4 years of this. We're done. I mean, we deserve to be. Whatever happens, we deserve it. We've earned it. And he's out there, instead of blaming climate change, which is a giant problem and causing these forest fires, he's out there saying, no, the problem is that your forestry people aren't doing a good enough job taking care of the forest. That's what's responsible. And so the governor of California points out, you do know that the vast majority of forest land in California is federal. So if the employees are not doing a good enough job, that's your fault? Trump accidentally blaming himself. Watch his body language as the guy explains to him that the vast majority of the land is federal land.
In that effort, funding that effort, we acknowledge our role and responsibility to do more in that space. But one thing is fundamental. 57% of the land in this state is federal forest land. 3% is California. So we really do need that support. We need that emphasis of engagement.
Yeah, you stupid fuck, it's federal land. We need your help. We need you to take your goddamn head out of the sand, out of your fucking ass, and realize climate change is real and help us. Good God, we deserve it. And at least there's one person on this planet that Trump gives a shit about, folks. Kim Jong-un. He tweets out, Kim Jong-un is in good health. Never underestimate him. Exclamation point. Yeah, hooray. For brutal dictators who torture and murder their own citizens. That's who Trump really likes because he empathizes with them. That's the kind of person he wants to be. He admires Putin because Putin is a dictator who does whatever the fuck he wants to. Doesn't bow to the will of the people, and that's exactly what Trump wants to set up here. That's why he loves people like Kim Jong-un. And I know he's only posting this shit because he's much more interested in trolling than he is in governing, upsetting people because he's a fucking child. But it's just crazy, folks. And but this woman on MSNBC, no fucks given. She just telling it exactly how he is. You go, girl.
I would, think about this for a minute. Let's dwell on this just for a second. He's obviously never read a Woodward book. He doesn't understand what Woodward books are. And so that's strike one. Strike two is he sits for 18 interviews. Okay, who in their right mind who's running for office within the year, sits for 18 interviews with a journalist? This is not a smart thing to do. Anyone. This is beyond folly. This is ultimate stupidity. He is so stupid, and he knows he doesn't. He did the last interview like a month ago. He did the last interview a month ago. So when is the book coming out? The book is coming out within 2 months of his election with tapes, 18 hours of tapes, hours and hours of tapes. So this president is the stupidest president that has ever held the office. Forget about, for a minute, for all of his followers, forget about the integrity issue, forget about the characteristic. This guy's too dumb to lead this country because this was really, really stupid.
Preach, sister. Can I get an amen? Amen. Love her. And these people, like I say, folks, they're just beyond parody. It's hard to believe this is real, folks. But during his campaign rally, the Trump administration is playing this song now. Fortunate Son, folks. A song that is literally about rich assholes that use their power to get out of going to the Vietnam War and paying taxes. Beyond parody. I mean, do they know? And they're just doing this to be shitheads? Or do they not know? Are they that... It's hard to tell. But this world can't be real. It can't be real. And last but not least, this is the Lincoln Project. This is their 4.6 million view anti-Trump ad that went viral this week. Only a minute long, pretty good. Let's have a look.
This is more deadly. This is 5 per, this is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. So this is deadly stuff.
We show cases
99% of which are totally harmless.
Not just older.
Yeah, exactly.
People, to plenty of young people.
Young people are almost immune to this disease.
It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus.
We lose thousands and thousands of people a year to the flu. We don't turn the country off.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
I mean, folks, remember how much we freaked out about 3,000 people dying on 9/11? We spent trillions of dollars attacking two countries that didn't have anything to do with it, really. Now 200,000 people are dead, and it's just like, just another day in Trump land. Just a trash country. Hard to believe he's running neck and neck with Biden, but yeah, that's the world we're living in, folks. And that's my Trump section. I guess I'm gonna do some overtime. Looks like I'm not gonna finish, so we're gonna do some overtime. But first, let's stop and read the chats. Might do about 30 minutes overtime for you guys want to hang around and see the rest of the show. Still got some good stuff to cover. He knew and told no one but Woodward. What an idiot. Yep, fortunate son. Yep, it ain't me. It ain't me. I'm not a fortunate son. Kim Jong, probably the most moderate leader they will ever have. He enjoys sports and festivals. Is that a joke? Hopefully that's a joke. Gotta rake the floor. I know, that's the problem. They're not raking the floor enough. Well, it's your fucking job, dude. It's federal land. You get out there and rake it, motherfucker. Fuck Trump. Yep, these are the new emojicons that I set up. So you guys, whoever the dust buddies can enjoy that. Emojicons. This shit's depressing as fuck. I know, it's scary and depressing both at the same time. Imagine how I feel having to cover this shit all the goddamn time. Just gotta not take it seriously because I'll just cry and be depressed, and I don't want to do that. There has to be retribution. Can I apply for asylum yet? I know, right? Some other country got to take us, but no other countries want us. Nobody can help us. We're on our own. We got to do this. Sorry, I'm an hour late. No forgiveness, Vincent 2020. You be on time or you don't show up at all. Get to Destiny. I will get there. I'm working on it. Shut the fuck up. Love you. But shut the fuck up a little bit. All right, let's read the super chats. And we're going to get into Destiny soon. It's coming. It's happening. It's all fucking happening. She 267, 10 pounds. Hey, I've not watched you in years. Where you been, motherfucker? I've been doing some great work, but thank you for helping me understand religion and how it can be bad if not questioned. I'm not atheist, but I'm not religious and follow my own morals and spirituality. All right, cool. I mean, if you're not a theist, a direct theist that believes in a God, then you are an atheist. That's kind of how that works. But thanks for the 10 pounds. Appreciate it. Catalina Rex, $2. Imagine all the free shit after the rapture. I know. Gonna be shit just lying around everywhere. Cars. You can just go pick up any car you want to. Gonna be beautiful. And no Christians. Amazing. Ernesto Alvarado, $15. Third term for Trump. Holla! Make America's road great again? Yeah, that's never going to happen. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe we're going to become a full dictatorship. Maybe we're just going to become a fascist country like Nazi Germany. Yeah, I guess it's possible. It's such a trash country now. We'll see what happens. Rad, $5. Watching a dump rally is why we get launched around the world. Yeah, laughed at around the world. You mean, yeah. Definitely why aliens are never going to visit us. We're too stupid to have anything to do with. Max Carter, $5. I had no idea internet conspiracies were going to be so dangerous one day. 15 years ago, when I found Alex Jones, I thought it was so dumb and harmless. Yep. That's why I always shit on Joe Rogan for helping spread that shit. I mean, you may think it's harmless and everybody can research for themselves and see if it's not, but they don't do that, folks. They believe it. They spread this shit. It is very harmful. Space is $2. Trump pretends COVID's fake or he looks like a liar. Yep. He is a liar. Probably the greatest liar we ever had in the fucking White House. Isaac White, $9.99. I can't believe those people believe the stock market is an indicator of the economy's condition. Everything's being propped up by the Federal Reserve, Unlimited Credit Card. American is bankrupt. I know, right? It's exactly what the fuck is happening. First off, they pumped trillions of dollars into the stock market. And they gave the super rich trillions of dollars so that they can gamble in the stock market on our dime. So they're flooding the stock market. Not even talking about how the stock market is rigged to begin with. They take out the indexes that are doing the worst, and they put in the newer companies that are doing better to basically artificially inflate the stock market to begin with. But besides that, they're pumping all this money into it. So it's basically like if a casino gave millions of dollars in free chips to their high rollers, and they bragged about how much money they're taking in, or they bragged about how much money the high rollers were winning. Yeah, you're giving them millions of dollars so they can gamble on your dime. Obviously that's going to happen. So they're just putting this shit on the credit card. It's all fake. The 1% of the population now has more wealth than the bottom 50%. Stock market is not an indication of how well the economy's doing. Don't be fooled by that. It's fucking ridiculous. All right. Last chance to get your super chats if you want to. If you're able, going to do a little overtime. About 30 minutes of overtime. Plenty of shit still to cover. Now we're going to the hero section. I don't do this very often, but it's good to do. Some positive role models in the world out there, because we can be heroes for just one day. Yeah, we can. And folks, I was raised to hate Jane Fonda. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh all the time when I was 12 years old. I grew up on that shit, and I was raised to call her Hanoi Jane. She a traitor to this country. And now that I'm older, now that I really know what a trash country this is, God damn it, is she one of my heroes. She was one of the few people on this earth, famous people, brave enough to stand up against the evil Vietnam War, which we had no business being in. And she was also way ahead of her time standing up for gay rights. So here's an interview she did back in the 70s. Look how confident and well-spoken she is. It's almost like the reporter's slinging gotcha questions at her just to trip her up. But she handles this shit so beautifully, so eloquently. She's such a fucking queen. And I wanted to share this with you guys because sometimes we need good role models in the world.
Do you feel that the gays in San Francisco, they're very powerful and very strong, they need your support? Are they still being discriminated against? Do you feel that?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Culturally, psychologically, economically, politically, gays and lesbians are discriminated against. They are a very powerful movement, especially in San Francisco. They don't need me, but they like me because, and they like our organization, the Campaign for Economic Democracy, because they know that working together we can be stronger than either entity is by itself. So it's really healthy that we try to bring these things together.
Are they using you, or are you using for your economic democratic campaign?
I hope they use me. What am I here for if not to be used by good people for good things? I'm part of an organization, and you could also be cynical as you are and ask me, isn't the organization using me? But you could also think, aren't I using the organization just the way the gays and lesbians that are here are using the organization that they're a part of? It helps give us perspective. It helps us keep our values intact. It increases our power, because as individuals we don't have very much, but all together we have a lot of power. So everybody uses. The point is, what are you using for? If it's just for greed or selfish reasons, it's one thing. But if you're using each other for things that are good and positive, then why not?
Last question, Jane. How do you see the future of the gay movement in San Francisco in particular and in America in general? There's a lot of right people who don't like the power of the gays.
It's hard to predict in a real sense exactly what's going to happen. All we can know is that what this movement is seeking, which is nothing less than respect and justice and stopping discrimination against people because of sexual preference, you're on the side of the angels. I mean, it's just and it's right. And so if we're going to survive as a world, and we may not, but if we do, they're going to win.
Man, what a queen. Slayed it. Love her. That went viral this week, and it should. She deserves a sainthood for all the shit she's taken in her life. And next up, folks, did you guys see this one? Apparently, Chris Evans, America's ass, Captain America himself, accidentally sent out a dick pic. I guess he was doing a video and he showed like his film roll on his camera or something, and there was like a picture. They had a picture of his penis. And look, folks, I'm going to respect his privacy, okay? Apparently he has crippling anxiety And so it's his private business, and I'm not going to tell you anything about his penis. I suggest you don't go look at it because, just leave the guy alone. Let him have his privacy. So just saying, folks, not going to give you any hints, not going to talk about it. I respect the guy. But the internet's reaction was actually kind of cool, what they did. Instead of spreading it everywhere, people posted pictures of him with his dogs. They're like, yeah, pictures of Chris Evans with his dogs to cleanse your timeline. Here he is with his cute puppies. Let's give him his privacy, and let's show how wholesome this guy is. And he's one of my heroes, folks, because he's one of the guys that actually stands up. He uses celebrity as a platform to stand up for what's good in this world, to stand up against evil, to speak out when he doesn't have to. And he's a fucking king, in my opinion. And this take on Reddit was pretty good, I thought. So if anyone has been on Twitter today, they probably heard about Chris Evans and how he accidentally leaked his own nudes on his Instagram story. Fans everywhere then decided to flood his hashtag with wholesome photos of him with puppies and reminding people that Chris suffers from anxiety. This reaction was really sweet, and I'm proud of the internet. I can't imagine how mortified he was when he realized, and I hope this is making him feel better. However, this reminded me when female celebrities like Jennifer Lawrence got their iCloud account hacked, which resulted in nude leaks. How people blamed her for taking nudes of herself on her own phone, and how she should expect to get hacked because she's a celebrity. I'm hoping that the change in reaction between the two celebrities is because we as a society are learning and doing better, and not because of double standards. But I really can't tell. And I don't want to see another celebrity nude leak from any gender happen to find out. So yeah, that's a good point. Like, I hope we're maturing as a society and handling these things better. But it's possible that it's just the double standard and they treat him like that because he's male, and they treat women differently in this country, because it still has lots of sexism ingrained into the system. So I don't know. I guess we'll see when the next nude leak happens, how it responds. But love me some Chris Evans. Beautiful, beautiful Chris Evans. Next up on the heroes list, I don't know if this is a setup or not, folks. I go back and forth, but it's pretty funny. So this rich asshole with his shirt open pulls up into the crosswalk. You're not supposed to do that, folks. The crosswalk is for people crossing. So this guy just walks across. He sees him in the crosswalk, opens his door, and just walks over his ass. Yeah, that's what happened to you. Probably a setup, folks. This is probably just a viral video. It gets out of his car. What'd you do that for? Because you're in the crosswalk, asshole. Get out of there. I don't know if that's real. What do you guys think? Real or not? Either way, pretty funny. And next up on the heroes list, Jim Gaffigan made the heroes again. Jim Gaffigan taking shit because he's brave enough to stand up against Trump. And I totally relate to this. He's like, I've gotten tons of messages. I'm losing fans by expressing my dissatisfaction with our corrupt, incompetent president. While I appreciate people encouraging me to choose fame and money over decency, I'm afraid I'll never be Donald Trump. And yeah, welcome to the last 4 years of my life. Like, I have lost at least 500 subscribers every month for the last 4 years. I had, 4 years ago, I had like 255,000. I'm down to 235,000. I've lost 20,000. Dropping like flies, and people continuously say, Dusty, you're losing all your fans because you're anti-Trump, because you're an SJW. I don't give a shit. Bye-bye. I'm not losing anything, to be honest with you. I'm gaining self-respect. And you guys might have heard about this one. Pretty cool story. Trans Satanist anarchist with her Fuck the Police slogan wins Republican nomination for New Hampshire County Sheriff after running unopposed. So, yeah. She's awesome. She won. Now, she ran unopposed, and she's not going to win as sheriff. She only won because she ran unopposed. But it's funny, and it makes for a good story. So, you go, girl. Love to see it. And that's all my heroes section. And now it's time for What the Fuck. And first off on What the Fuck this week, folks, Conor McGregor. Petulant child. Conor McGregor has everything going for him, has it fucking made. But he's the biggest dickhead in the world. He's such an insecure piece of shit. So this is the guy that slapped an old man in a bar on video because the old man didn't want to drink whiskey with him. So apparently he went out to a club and got smashed and pulled his dick out in front of a woman because that's the way he is. That's what a fucking piece of shit asshole this guy is. So he got arrested. Former UFC light champion Conor McGregor was detained last Thursday following allegations of sexual exhibition and sexual assault. Just hours before the notorious athlete was expected to participate in a charity bike race. So this asshole couldn't even keep his dick in his pants long enough to do a charity bike race. I hope he donates tons of money because he's got tons of money to this charity to make fucking up for it. Of course, he denies wrongdoing, but he's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck this dude. Can't stand Conor McGregor. Asshole. And next up on What the Fuck, folks, this is kind of funny. Last week, I did a story on David Silverman, and I explained that, like, 4 years ago, David Silverman was one of my heroes. And in fact, I made a folder on Facebook that was dedicated to my heroes. And it only had 2 people in the folder, and David Silverman was one of them. And somebody asked me, well, who was the other guy in the folder? And I couldn't even remember who the other guy was, so I went and looked. Guess who it was, folks? Guess who it was? It was Matt Dillahunty! This was 6 years ago, Matt Dillahunty, the other hero in my folder, folks. And I guess if you guys are not following the show, you don't know why this is funny, but Matt Dillahunty hates my guts. We have had huge falling out since then. I have shit on him hardcore. He no likey me very much. So my 2 heroes from this folder went down in flames. What the fuck? And next up on What the Fuck, J.K. Rowling is writing a book that's TERfy as fuck. Nobody's going to be shocked about this. This is what they all do, folks. They get called out by the left and by the trans people. And they just lose their fucking mind. They obsess about it. Oh, no, I didn't get called out by the trans community. I can't believe that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a book about it. Yeah, we'll make them a main character in my next book. J.K. Rowling's latest book is about a murderous cis man who dresses as a woman. Yeah, that'll show you, won't it? Idea has never been done, said Silence of the Lambs and Psycho. What a hack you are, J.K. Rowling. Get the fuck over it. Sad to see what she's become. And, oh my God, folks. Where the fuck is the, where is it? Oh, yeah, I see it. All right, next up, folks. Want to know what a trash country this is, folks? It's hard to believe this is real, but this is how fucking trash this goddamn country is. So, the Houston, Texas, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't kneel for the anthem. They weren't doing this to be political. They literally just locked arms to show unity. That's all the fuck they did, and their fans booed them over unity, folks. I swear to God, NFL fans are so fucking trash. NFL fans booed the Texas and the Chiefs when players joined arms for a moment of silence. The Chiefs and Texans locked arms in a moment of unity. The fans react by booing. It wasn't the national anthem. They booed unity. This country is broken. Yeah, it's broken, folks. These fucking Donald Trump supporting pieces of shit are literally booing unity. We deserve whatever the fuck we get, folks. It's over for this country. Probably. We'll see what the fuck happens. And this went viral last week. So a cop got sent over to a house party with a bunch of students from Miami University, which apparently is in Ohio and not Florida, amazingly. So they go over to see what's going on, and they're all sitting out there without masks, which is against the, guidelines. And the kid literally tells them that they all have COVID. Look at these fucking pieces of shit.
Who lives here?
Comfort disabled, Milliken Road, Yankee Road, called out on fire by Battalion 110.
Guarantee it's all Trump supporters. So let's skip ahead so we start questioning the guy.
Yeah, I mean, they were honestly all walking by when we were out here.
Medic 11.
How many other people have COVID? They all do. Everybody has it?
And,
everybody has COVID, he's saying.
And everybody over here has it?
Well,
increase the level of...
I think the 2 people there, too.
Respond with EMS 6150 Fairfield Road, 40-year-old female.
So instead of quarantining themselves, they're having huge house parties. Because these pieces of shit don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves.
We're trying to prevent, man.
Yeah, I know.
We want to keep this town open.
What the issue is.
That's why I was staying home.
That's why I was staying home having a house party.
I just walked down.
I know, but there were probably 7 or 8 people that left your house when you told them to leave. So you're not quarantining if you're mixing with other people.
140, okay.
So everybody here has it.
Direct.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody
Sure,
over here, yes. They don't give a fuck. So hopefully they all get expelled, folks. Fuck these people, name and shame. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why your grandma's dying. And finally got to the Destiny stuff. Destiny! This ain't Destiny. God, where's the Destiny thing? Where the fuck did I do the Destiny thing? I don't even see the fucking Destiny tag. Oh, here it is. Destiny tag! Destiny tag! So anyway, you guys might remember I showed this clip 2 weeks ago about Destiny having a super fucking horrible bad take about Kyle Rittenhouse and the protest. Let's jog our memories about it.
The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if that means like white redneck fucking militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they could torch buildings at 10 p.m., then at this point they have my fucking blessing, because holy shit, this fucking shit needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago. Like, holy fuck.
Yikes! So this is a great example of when being edgy goes totally wrong, because, yeah, he got fired. He got fired as a partner on Twitch, which is really fucking hard to get. What's 50 grand to shut the fuck up. Not everybody gets it. But he says, Twitch Legal is emailing me, telling me they're revoking my Twitch partnership because of some unspecified encouragement of violence. Well, we know what it is, obviously. Nice. There goes Discord partnership too. Just $150,000 to $250,000 a year income up in smoke. God damn it, they making some bank. Holy fucking shit, man. Can you imagine wanting to be so edgy, so bad that you lose $250,000 a year? Craziness! But I will give Destiny a little bit of credit about something. I saw a clip. And what happens when something like this happens, when the left gets mad at you, and they shit on you, and they criticize you, right-wingers will come over and be like, hey, you should come to the right. You got canceled, and there's lots of us on the right that got canceled, so become more right-leaning. You should go on the intellectual dark web shows, like the Weinstein Brothers shows, and talk to them about it, because they got canceled too, which they did. None of them got canceled. And then, to his credit, Destiny did say, hey, look, I'm not the kind of guy who just changes his entire belief system because people on the left are mean to me. You know, I have integrity, and everything I still believe, all my left-leaning beliefs are still there, and no amount of people on the left shitting on me is going to change that. So we'll give him kudos for that, you know. And he'll probably be fine. He'll probably just go, like, move his show to YouTube and get tons of super chats and make even more money. So cancellation's not really a thing, in my opinion. Usually it helps you make more money, if anything. And folks, these goddamn pieces of shit. This is infuriating. Multi-millionaire YouTubers took money intended for small businesses when their entire brand is built on flashing their wealth. Fuck these entitled pieces of shit. Yeah, like Jeffree Star. I don't know who FaZe Clan is or Mr. Beast is. I know who Jeffree Star is, and fuck Jeffree Star. They say they were loans, but these aren't really loans, folks. They're grants. And they're taking all of this money when real people who are struggling need it. Jeffree Star literally just put out a video showing off their multi-million-dollar mansion and shit. Doesn't this make you feel good that your taxpayer dollars are going to these motherfuckers? These entitled sons of bitches? Fuck y'all! Burn it all down. And, one more palate cleanser, folks. We're going to finish up the show with one more palate cleanser. I guess we'll do this one real quick. This is about that show, Cuties! Cuties on Netflix, which I guess was a movie written by a black woman that was meant to point out how our society sexualizes teen girls and how it's wrong. Conservatives are freaking the fuck out about it, calling lefty pedophiles about all this shit, but they didn't have shit to say when Dance Mom was on. They didn't have shit to say when Toddlers and Tiara was on. The shit that literally this movie's making fun of. The shit that literally sexualizes little girls. So they're more upset about a black woman calling out the sexualization than they are about the actual sexualization, because this is how the country is. Fucking trash-ass dumpster fire of a country. And last but not least, one palate cleanser to finish up the show with. Cute-ass little baby. And I was worried, just like the original poster, that this was going to turn out to be a cake. You know how every goddamn thing on the internet turns out to be a cake? Like this little cute little kitten, and they cut it, and it's a cake. It's like a Michael Jordan sneaker, and they cut it, and it's a cake. Everything's a cake. Oh, it's so cute, though. That is a cute little baby.
Knock at the door.
What a sweet little baby. And not a cake. Actual little baby human being. And that's our palate cleanser for tonight, folks. Hope that cheers you up. Check the chat, see what you guys got to say before we end the show. Hope you guys enjoyed all that material. David Pakman turned down the money and could have got it. Yep. David Pakman does pretty good work. I ain't gonna hate on him. Destiny is full-blown narcissist, sociopath, psycho, and deserves to be fired. Probably. I don't know everything Destiny does, so. Destiny is total trash. Fuck Destiny. Density. Not a fan of Destiny, apparently, in the audience. And now the cop got to know. The cop's like standing back. He's like, holy shit, everybody's got it. You got it, motherfucker. You ain't wearing a mask. We out here without a mask on with all these people. Don't give a shit. NFL fan here. Packers and Vikings only allow George Floyd's family member to attend game due to COVID. Go Packers! I don't much like football, but I assume there are probably good football fans out there. Just like there are good bikers out there. I don't want to shit on all bikers just because tons of the fucking Trump bikers are shitheads. So, Matt is uber cringe. Like, Matt is a great, in a lot of ways, he's an amazing representative for humanism. Now, all the shit about the trend stuff that he did was fucking bullshit. Was sad to see him do that, and that was not a good representation of humanism, but generally, he does a really good job. He fucking destroyed Jordan Peterson, which I love to see. Dustin, you need to practice the what the fuck voice. Try a lower key. My what the fuck voice is fine. We'll go. Teabag time. Trends rots. Yep. Graphics. Hell yeah. Shithousery. The Fresh Makers. Mentos. Chris Evans is Captain America. I'm glad he's such a good guy. He is. America's ass. Hot. Hot. That is America's Wang. Don't go look at it. Give him his privacy. Don't go look at that beautiful, beautiful member. And I think, if I'm not giving too much away, I think we're penis twins. Just gotta say, we're penis twins, me and him. It's exactly the same, but don't go look. Slay Queen. Slay Queen. Slay Queen. Slay Queen. Yep, I need this video. Hell yeah, I love Fonda. Fonda's amazing. Hero. Always been a hero her whole life. Cuties is child porn, but I don't want to argue tonight. Did you watch it? Have you seen it? I have not, but I've heard that it's basically just making fun of, or not pointing out how harmful the sexualizing of young teens is, which is a good message, I think, right? Big love to Dustin, everybody in the chat. Take care. Stay safe. I will. Hey, Dusty, I stumbled across you when I was 11. Started watching when I was 12. I've been ever since. I'm 18 now. Transroids. Good to have you. You have amazing taste. Appreciate that. Love you very much. And penis twins. Definitely, we're penis twins. Looks identical. I'm just saying. That man is blessed. And finish up with the super chats. Let's see what we got here. Trump. No, I already read that one. Did I not have any more? Let me see. Maybe I didn't get any more. Might have not got any more. Oh, yeah, I did. Got a few. Let's see what's up. All right. Space Ghost Martian, $2. We would be at the Great Depression, Trump. Oh, my God, yeah. I mean, we had the largest fall in the GDP in the single quarter of the history of the country. But it's going to be worse under Biden somehow. Purple Flower, $20. What's up, Purple Flower? Thank you for being genuine and for all the work you put into the show. I look forward to it. Even though the state of things gives me ulcers and high blood pressure, I know how you feel, man. I get depressed, but got to cover this stuff. Got to fight back against it. And I really appreciate the Purple Flower. Good to see you tonight. Corey Davis, $2. It's crazy. People are still burning her buzz. Yeah, fuck them, crypto magas. No use for them at this point. Also getting $5. I'm stuck that the military will not do... Oh, I'm shocked, probably. I'm shocked that the military will not do anything if Trump does not accept the election results, that treason in the military does not uphold democracy. Yeah, I mean, well, Trump's giving them tons of money. He buys everybody off with taxpayer money. So why the fuck would they do anything? And E, what's up, E? How you doing? Good to see you. His term ends, contesting the results or not. If he loses, there is civil unrest and militia actions. No big deal. If he wins, there will be a total civil war. We have the numbers. We'll see what happens. Like, no one else is doing shit to stand up to him. I'm scared to see what the fuck's going to happen, but I guess it'll be exciting. May you live in interesting times. Thank you, E. Good to see you tonight. Jenny Rude, $4.99. I am all for eating the rich. Eat the rich. Fuck these motherfuckers. Time to change this shit. And Awesome Gaming. Arrested for bioterrorism for people who spread it on purpose. Yep. Negligent homicide. They should trace any deaths that lead back to them and charge the shit out of them. And one more. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it over here. Let me go back. Proto, $5. The sad part is Destiny is blaming Voss for his ban. Honestly, Destiny needs to grow up and take responsibility for himself. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I don't doubt probably Voss's people might have reported him or something. But yeah, I mean, he got to know better than say shit like that, really. He's been doing this long enough. Like, I think about it all the time. Like, I have to be careful with what I say, too. Sometimes I say shit, I'm like, oh, shit, I got to edit that shit out because that's dangerous to say. Destiny, no escaping that for me. Yep. He's doing fine. He said he's doing fine still. I think he's rich anyway. So he probably don't even have to make money off the internet anymore to be fine. So Dustin knows what's up. I try. Vor is hot. Not into Vor. Me and the Amazing Atheist have had some private conversations about that, though, that I will not get into. But yeah, he all into the Vor. Love you all. Have a great one. I love you. Thank you, Mocha Kiss. Great stream as always, Dusty. Appreciate it. Mr. Beast is a good guy. Fuck that guy for taking the money. Hell no. I don't know who he is. Don't give a shit. Makes me mad. Anger is the correct response. Conor McGregor, sex offender. Yeah, terrible human fucking being. Can't stand that guy. All right, folks. I did an extra 25 minutes tonight. Overtime. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, you want to support the show. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. Patreon.com/CODcast. Link in the description of the video. $1 a month, whatever you can afford. It all adds up. Really need you guys' help if you can, if you're able. Also, links in the description of the video where you can send direct tips via PayPal. I get all that money, so it's way better. And link to the description in the video to the Animal Sanctuary Amazon wish list. This week, I'm definitely going to get a P.O. box, so you guys can start sending me anything you want to. Collect whatever you want to send me, because I'll have a P.O. box. You guys can send me what the fuck ever. It'll be cool as shit. Folks, I will be back on Friday. I will not flake. I will be here. Probably. We'll see what happens. But probably, definitely, maybe. We'll see. Love you guys so much. I thank the shit out of you guys for tuning in tonight. It's an honor to do this show for you guys. I really appreciate you allowing me to do this for a living. See you guys soon. As always, trans rights, Black Lives Matter, fuck the police, fuck God, and as always, logic. Say it with me. Fuck yes. Good night, everybody. Gonna kick that Spanky Weasel song. Play us out, Spanky Weasel! Oh, no. Okay. Almost did it. Here we go. Boom! Yeah, there we go. Good night, everybody! Love you.